Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tales from the Archives of Reverie. We're gonna jump right in the way we always do with introductions. So, hello, I am James. I use she/they pronouns. I'm your archivist and game master for this campaign. You can find me most places at TTRPGay, other places at Nice One James. And I don't have a bit today, so that's me. We'll pass it on over to Mara.
Hi, my name is Mara. You can find me on the internet at Lore Dropout or College of Lore Dropout. You can also find me running through the streets, screaming, yelling, throwing confetti, because I'm done with my thesis, baby. Also over on Dungeon Scrawlers, where some of your favorite writers and creatives play. I'm playing Star Wars 2E, along with a good friend that you already know. Be there or be square. Do your homework.
Hell yeah, this feels like a natural segue. You know who else just submitted their thesis and also is playing on Dungeon Scrawlers? Diana!
Hi, I'm Diana. You can find me everywhere on Sapphic Strega or Sapphic Strega. You can find me anywhere that Mara is, apparently. Both holding hands and running through the streets screaming together about being done with grad school. You can also find me over on Dungeon Scrawlers, where, I'm getting my fucking teeth kicked in emotionally, but it's in a good way. And so please go check it out. It's very cool. You'll also be able to find some of my writing in the upcoming tabletop baking adventure Story Bake. So check it out. Peep jousting. That's it. That's the tweet.
Every time you say it, it rewires my brain, and that's not gonna change.
It's just
We'll
so
move
good
on
is the thing.
from there to my dear friend Grace.
Hi, you guys. My name is Grace. You can find me the same place you always find me, probably on Twitter at LMAO Grace with 2 E's. I'm simply just waiting for House of the Dragon to come out again. So, yeah.
I truly cannot wait for the return of the House of the Dragon live tweets from Grace. That's single-handedly going to fix me. And last but never least, Jess.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess, I use she, their pronouns. You can find me on the internet at Seriously. You can also find me deep diving into the absolutely crazy fucking world that is the Planet of the Apes movie series. All of that. There's so many movies. Did you know this? There's so many. And so many of them are so weird. Anyway, that's it.
That's so real, and I am Bad Ape on a level that is embarrassing and emotional, and that's now what I'm going to be thinking about during the session. Thank you so much. VJ is also stream producing for us today. Everyone tell VJ you love him. VJ, put your socials in the chat. Tragically Sweet cannot join us today, but we love them very dearly. You can follow them at _sweet stories, and she'll be back soon. Hopefully, because I'll cry. Incredible. And yeah, let's move on to some announcements. As always, be sure to follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at either Starlight Tales, but more commonly at Starlight Tales _. We also have a fan Discord, and in the fan Discord and on Twitter, you can get weekly updates about our upcoming programming. We also have a Patreon that's full of lots of really cool exclusive content. It's a great time over there. If you're already supporting us there, hey, thanks for helping us make gay content. Also, be sure to tune in a week from today for the finale of Tales from the Hearth Divinians. Our Divinians are facing the former King of the Gods, and that's going to be fine and normal, probably, as it always has been on this channel. So be sure to tune in and not to miss that. It's going to be wild. Also, if you're looking for dice or tabletop accessories, be sure to check out our dear friends at Die Hard Dice. If you find something you like, which you probably will, because they make so many beautiful, pretty things that I want, be sure to put in code STARLIGHT10 at checkout for 10% off your order. And last but not least, if you're looking at the art on the stream and you're like, God damn, that's beautiful, I wish I could throw my money somewhere and get that but my little guy, great news for you. Justin TT's commissions are open, and they're very good, and we love them very much. And I think that's it for our announcements. Do we have anything else? Beautiful.
Watch the Twitter. Sorry, that's it. That's very ominous.
Haunting.
Watch the Twitter.
Okay.
This weekend.
Even I don't know what that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, and I work here, and that's terrifying, but I will. Watch the Twitter, everyone.
You should.
You should. Do I? I don't know. It's left my brain. Well, I'll ask about it in just a second. Without further ado, let's all settle in and crack open tonight's chapter of Tales from the And welcome back. Let's talk a little bit about the last time we were here. When we were last with our Fae courtiers, our party had just realized in the middle of the grandeur of the Monarch Ball that Wisteria, Astra, and the Dreaming's right hand in the material plane had vanished. Our party split, with some going up to Lark's room in search of something to help them scry on Wisteria and hopefully locate them, while Aelia went in search of answers by way of Aurora, Astra's sister and leader of the Dusk Court. All of their preventative measures were cut short, however, when Threadweaver, artifact of the gods, was used a second time, pulling Astra from the Dreaming. The late queen made her appearance at court for the first time in many, many years, with a dramatic, fashionably late entrance. It was overdue, frankly. And the party watched on as Astra and Ambrose, our king, came face to face. Lark quickly realized that Ambrose was just as surprised to see her as everyone else, but not because he thought they were still trapped, and instead because he truly thought her to be dead. And as Astra raised Threadweaver once more and reality began to unwind, each of our party members and many of the attendants of the Monarch Ball made a desperate attempt to stop her. But despite all of their quick and clever thinking, powerful magic, and their very best efforts, the divine artifact Threadweaver overcame. And just as the very fabric of our party's entire world came loose, threads reforming into an image of Astra's choosing, Lark spirited the party and his mother to safety, arriving just outside of Andrew's farm. Each of them watched as their new lives took hold, reshaping the world around them and casting each of them into their new roles. Aelia, as champion of the Solar Court and famed winner of the Mirian Games. Camille, as titled nobility, high-ranking amongst the Arcane Inquisitors and powerful at court with their parents' new role on the Privy Council. Elise, still Royal Archivist, but with history of her own to look after too, a lifetime of laughter, joy, love, and adventure. Luca, an up-and-coming member of the Drake Speakers and sister to both the High Inquisitor and an incredibly successful adventurer. And finally Lark, beside their mother in a life of peace amongst nature, farmers and village folk without the burdens of the once royal oaks to weigh them down. And we pick up there, as the final threads of fate fall finally into place and grow still, leaving each of you engulfed by the moonless midnight, the soft rustle of leaves in the cool night breeze, and the very, very distant sounds of music from the estate on the hill. And as the world begins to settle around you, Lark, you feel one last breeze, and carried on it is the smell of pine that makes your heart ache. And as it leaves so quickly that you, for a moment, almost wonder if you imagined it, there is a weight in your pocket that was not there before. And all of you are standing here. What do you do?
Look at what's in my pocket.
Yeah, you reach into your pocket and you feel sort of like the coarse outside of what feels like a slip of parchment that's been rolled up around something. And as you pull it out, you see it's like very aged, wrapped around. There's still sort of like the faintest trace of magic on it, but it is very clearly very tightly wrapped around something very heavy.
Sorry, there's a piece of parchment wrapped around something heavy?
Yes, there's like something tucked into the center. And the parchment is wrapped around it, so you can't quite see what it is. But if you, tipped it, it would probably fall out.
Yeah, I, untie it and unwrap it.
Yeah, as you unwrap it, you see handwriting that is very familiar to you. It is your father, the former kings, I should say. Do you read the note first, or do you look at what's in the center first?
I think I read the note.
The note says, "Should you choose to run and begin again, I will not fault you. But if you decide to stay and fight, take this key beyond the Dreaming Gate to the home of our ancestors. It will not help you pass through, but it will unlock a door to the past that has stayed shut for far too long. You will find your answers there, the ones you want and the ones you do not. If there is any hope of restoring our home, it waits for you in Reverie. No matter what you choose, I am proud to call you my son." And as you look, in the very center of the parchment is a well-worn key of dark metal, engraved with vines and flowers that have worn smooth over time in the places where hands once held it. It feels cold in your palm, but something about seeing it there feels right, in an intrinsic way that you don't understand. It calls to the now far too quiet part of you that is made of ancient Fae magic.
Great. I think I, spend too long, folding the parchment back up, like lining up the corners of the page, like tracing like the fold of the paper, folding it again, and just carefully slipping both this like folded square of parchment and the key back into my pocket.
Yeah.
I think as we kind of settle and these memories of a life we didn't lead, but we did, comes back, I think Elise kind of grabs her bearings a little bit and then takes off to wherever the graveyard is. Just starts walking. Doesn't
Yeah,
talk to anyone,
absolutely.
just goes.
All of you watch as Elise just leaves.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely, you can.
What's, just so we're clear,
Mhm.
stuff, our mind,
Mhm.
we remember everything that just happened,
Yes.
as
So
well
your-
as another.
Absolutely. So your memories are the same, and like you know which memories are like quote unquote true and real. But if you think about it, you can access memories as well from this life that like in this reality you lived, but that you, the person, did not experience. So like you are still you, but if you go like, I wonder what this new me like does. I wonder what my morning routine is. If you think about it, you know what it is, essentially.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Alia is just standing and is still like looking off in the direction of the estate, like looking for like signs of anything, like lights in the sky, just
Sure.
staring.
Yeah, I mean, the lights from the estate are incredibly bright, especially in this sort of like darkened midnight. You see like the silhouettes of people walking past windows and dancing. You hear the music kick back up. It looks like there's a party going on. Other than that, I don't think you see anything unusual. But as you're sort of like gazing off, would you make me, we'll say an insight check with advantage?
I would love to do that. I think that would be so much fun, and I'm not scared at all.
Maybe it's something
Nat
nice.
20 for a total of
Mhm.
25. Thank
With a
you,
natural 20.
Die Hard Dice.
So true. Starlight 10 and check out for
Starlight
10% off
10,
your order, and you
everybody.
too can roll
You
a nat
too.
20 on an important check. Not that they're weighted. They're normal dice, but they're just good. Anyway,
They're just good. They're just lucky.
as you are sort of staring off towards the estate and what would you say, what feeling is coming up for Alia more than anything as you look on at this party you planned, but that you no longer have a place in?
Oh God, I think just there's dread in the pit of her stomach. I think that it's like the moment when, you know, you're climbing and you're so close to the top and the rope just snaps at the last second and you're in free fall. It's a moment of just knowing I have failed in every oath and vow that I made and dedicated my life to. I have failed, and there is at this moment nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. In this moment, as you are overcome with this dread and you watch this, you feel your heart hammering in your chest and in your ears, and that sort of telltale mixture of like fear and adrenaline. And I think in the way that you are so practiced in doing, the way that, you know, a warrior feels adrenaline and a hand reaches for a blade, a part of you that is subconscious goes and reaches for that oath, for that source of power that beats within you. And I think it's still there when you reach for it, but it doesn't feel as solid as it used to or as strong. It feels malleable and changeable and uncertain, as if it is waiting for you to tell it what to be. You still have an oath, you still have your paladin abilities, However, in this moment, you may choose to redefine them if you'd like. And not necessarily in this moment, but like moving forward. You may redefine what that means to you in this new life if you would like to.
Yeah, I think that feeling that a hand just kind of comes up and summons like a little bit of this, like that, like solar magic, and it's usually, I think it's usually very like focused, like that sunbeam of light that hits at just the right afternoon, and so you can like plan your nap around it because you know it's just going to be like perfect, like it's precise, it's consistent. But I think that now it's just like unformed, and like the colors are shifting from gold to like that blue from just before sunrise to like something orange and white hot and like angrier, and I think it just doesn't really know what to do until eventually she just kind of gets overwhelmed by this and dispels it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to follow Elise very quickly, as all of you are sort of like having these moments of understanding and processing what's changed for you. Elise, you walk towards the graveyard. You know, all of you are in the village of Acorn, which is the village that sits in the shadow of the Monarch estate. And as you walk, you pass these like inns that are clearly jam-packed. You see sort of like the first stragglers of people who are abandoning the party because it's past their bedtime and they stayed as long as they could, sort of like meandering off. It's not crowded in the streets necessarily, but like there are people milling around. How do you think that Elise knows the path to the graveyard well? Is this a path that she's walked often?
I think one Elise has walked this path often.
Sure.
I think the Elise we know and love has maybe only been here once or twice, but the new Elise with a new memory knows this well.
Yeah. As you walk, each step, there is this part of you that feels uncertain in your next step and whether it's the right one. But this new Elise, there is certainty with each footfall. And I think you allow that Elise to take over just a little bit as you walk a path that is both new and unfamiliar to you, and that is as familiar as your house and your library and every book in it. And as you arrive at the small little humble cemetery that lies in Acorn for its residents, you follow that same path through the headstones, exactly where you know you will find one that is familiar to you. Would you tell us what Gordy's grave looks like?
Yeah, I think in this new world, where before it was just an empty patch of grass, there's a very simple tombstone, and engraved in it isn't, is his name. There's no epitaph, it's just name, date to date. But surrounding it are so many morning glories that they're taking over the tombstone. You have to push them aside to even find the name. They're taking over the plot. And I think there's a small bag of coffee beans that is constantly replaced, that's just placed at the foot of the tombstone, which is why Elise knows this path so well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see too, at the base of it, there is also what looks like a half-drunk bottle that is left here and 2 glasses. You would know through your memories, the memories that New Elise has. This was more than likely left here by New Elise's and Gordy's very good friend, Barley Night Whistle, who owns the tavern, who every year for the Monarch Ball brings a bottle and shares a glass with his good friend Gordy, who is no longer here. And you see that has very clearly happened fairly recently. There's you see like little notes that have been tucked away and little like bundles of flowers, some of which are old, some of which are new, from just people who miss and loved the person that you loved. and want to make sure that his grave is never empty.
Mm-hmm. I think Elise just kind of sits in front of it and weeps, and will be there for a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then we will move back to the rest of our party. Kind of standing here, you see Tavia, who, as a reminder, has not changed at all. Kind of stopped and looks at all of you and looks kind of down the path where Elise just disappeared and goes, are you guys good? You look like you've shit a brick. A little.
We failed. We failed. She did it.
Yeah. Like, because do we know what happened? What changed?
She gave all of us what she thinks we want or are entitled to.
What do you mean?
Kind of holds up the medal from the Mirian Games. I never won one of these,
Oh.
but it seems here that I have.
Starts, like, checking their pockets. I didn't get a medal.
And Aelia fights the urge to take out her sword.
And you can see, like, he's not making fun of you. Like, this is a very genuine confusion here.
No, you all remember something different. A life unlived, path not followed.
Sort of. I'm trying to get my ducks in a bunch up here.
And
So,
I imagine Elise did as well from the way that she left.
oh my god, Elise walked off. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's fine. Oh my god, the dragon! The dragon was real, right? That thing in the...
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I stabbed the shit out of that thing. It was definitely real.
Was it dead?
No, not even a little bit.
Fuck! I think she, like, is, like, checking herself over and is, like, realizes she's wearing something different and is, like, looking for her phone. Or her... What's it called? Her fantasy phone.
Holotransmitter.
Her holotransmitter. And is, like, trying to, like, go through it and text Georgie and Margot.
Yeah. As you open it, you see there is a recent message there from Margot. Came in like 2 minutes ago, maybe. And it just says, I'm back in town for the first time in a month and you're going to abandon me at the Monarch Ball. Boo. And there's a tomato emoji.
Do you guys think that we're the only ones who... You remember the dragon, and I remember how we got into the situation we're in right now, right? We all remember those steps that we took to get here, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember everything.
Okay. Lark?
I think pretty shortly after all of you like kind of bamped into the fields of this farm, Lark kind of like sank to their knees from like just the sheer like output of energy that went into this like stupid bit of magic, and it's kind of been there ever since. That's where they kind of opened the letter, where they've put it back into their pocket, and I think for the last couple of minutes has been kind of completing their transformation into this new season. Is like their hair begins to kind of like set into its curls, not with like, you know, the texture of their hair, but with like frost. And as like the collar of like their farm boy jumper kind of like stiffens, and the kind of like deep kind of rich brown of their eyes turn this very cold, almost black, like dead tree bark color. And their skin pinkens, like the tips of their ears pinken as though like frostbitten. And you just see, as this like transformation completes, like this like cold like breath of air as they like kind of like stare at this fixed point of on the ground. Their breath just comes out in these like cold like puffs of like air. and they don't say anything. They're just like almost catatonic with like shock.
Okay. He looks chilly. Tavia, you
What?
your jacket.
Oh, yeah. And Sophia will shuck off this very formal jacket. And sort of like, I think all of you see the war in Tavia between like continuing to not look at Lark the way that Lark has not been looking at Tavia for this evening, and also like genuine concern and not a full understanding kind of what's happening. And I think Lark, you see Tavia kind of like squat down in front of you and just like very gingerly kind of offer the jacket wordlessly to you.
Is not moving. He's just
Put
like,
it on him. What
I
are
think
you doing?
I think Alia
all right.
will, seeing this very uncomfortable, I think we'll kind of intercept and very gently like take it from Tavia and wrap it around Lark's shoulders.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like holding on and squeezing their shoulders a little bit to try to ground them.
Yeah.
I transported Flora there as well.
Yes.
Yeah, how's she doing? That was my next question.
All of you look over and see she's, because of like the distance, the few feet that was between you when you transported, you see she's sort of the same distance away. And as you were sort of whisked off into this magic, Flora had like extended a hand towards Ambrose, her husband. And so like, I think as you guys come back, you see that like hand is still extended for a moment as Flora like blinks and all of the finery, the crystal and the jewels sort of like melts away essentially from her. And what is left is a woman that is still your mother, sort for the most part. I think if anything, she is your mother from memories from a long, long, long time ago before you moved to the estate. You see she's wearing like a very simple kind of dress and a little apron with like flower stains on it. Their hair is in this sort of long, tight French braid down their back, which, you know, she used to wear her hair like that all the time before you guys moved to the estate. There are no flowers in her hair, unlike usual, except there is one slightly wilting, stark white rose that is sort of like tucked in just behind her ear. Her cheeks are a little bit gaunter. You can see like their hands are just a little bit rougher. And yeah, she's just sort of like staring off into the distance. And you see she like blinks for a moment and then takes a breath, and you see like brows kind of draw together, and they turn to all of you and then to you, Lark, and just says, God, I don't, I have to get back to the tavern. I don't know, I can't believe I wandered off on the busiest night. And
What are
we'll
you
kind of
talking
like,
about?
I think we'll just kind of like blink at you, and I mean, I promised Twig that I would take their shift so that they could go to the ball, and Barley must be just up the wall. It's our busiest night. I don't know, I don't know how I got here, but you know me, my mind is everywhere and nowhere. But you know, if you all want to come celebrate, I'm certain that a round of drinks would not go noticed. If it were
A round
in the
of
house,
drinks with the queen?
the queen.
Absolutely.
All right.
This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about earlier.
And I think you see Flora's eyes fall to Camille, who is like a few paces away and seemed like has their like caboodle open and is kind of like focused on something like intensely magical. And you see Flora kind of like turned wide-eyed and does the double take at Camille and like does a very formal kind of bow. Doesn't like interrupt, but just like for formality, and stands and just. And I think here notices Lark the fact that you're on the ground and you don't look well, and will come over and just sort of like very gently run her hands through your hair and stoop down and just, are you all right?
I think as soon as Flora started like talking, Lark's eyes moved from that fixed point in the ground and just like flicked up and have just been like boring into her ever since. And he like watches like like a scared like fawn as she like approaches him and kneels down in front of him, and he's just like staring at her, and her like his eyes keep welling with tears and then they keep frosting over as he just like stares at her and doesn't reply.
I think she kind of brings the back of her hand up and just like runs it on your cheeks and like swipes some of this frost away, and just kind of looks at you with like an intensity of somebody who was looking for a problem they can't find but knows there is one. And just, what's happened? And I think you're kind of like, looks up at the group of you, and especially like you, Alia, who is standing here, like, I imagine like a hand on Lark's shoulder, and just, would you give me a moment with my son, please?
Sure.
Thank you. And as you all kind of back a few feet away, she just turns to you, Lark, and like takes your face in her hands and just, what's happened? It's a night for celebration. What's wrong?
Oh, James! So sad.
This is fucked up. This is
I
like
don't know what you're
really
talking about.
fucked up. I hope you
I
know
don't know what
that.
you're talking
This
about.
is dark-sided, man.
I'm leaving the channel.
No! Please!
Yes, no.
BJ's little giggle in the background. Oh god. Okay. I think it takes like a couple minutes for like Lark to form words.
Yeah.
And then I think he just like swallows very tightly and kind of like nods at her. I know. So, we'll meet you there at the tavern.
All right. Do you want to talk about it? Whatever's troubling you? You know you can tell me anything. You're my whole world.
Oh my god. He just like nods shakily.
All right. Well, I will have a pint of your favorite waiting for you, and if Barley gives you any trouble, you send him right to me. Are you certain you're okay, Lark?
Who's Barley?
Yeah, in your mind, you would know that Barley Night Whistle is the owner of the tavern and inn that your mother works at, called The Lasting Dance. And you would know that Barley is a very kind person, and if he was and he likes you a lot, and if he was gonna give you any trouble, it would like be for fun and not to really give you shit. But you would know Flora and Barley have like a sort of back and forth kind of, not relationship, but like friendship.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you there. I just have some leftover work.
All right. But it's Monarch Ball night, so don't let it keep you too long.
Yeah.
If you need me, just come find me. All right. And you see she leans in and like presses a kiss to your cheek and smooths some more of your hair back, and like where her hands kind of meet the frost at the front of your hair, you feel just like the faintest little hum of magic as she just sort of like warms her palms and tries to send some of it away, and of course it reforms. But just sort of like, you know, fixes your little sweater and just does what she can for you, and it's all right. All right, well, I'll see you there. I'll save you a table. I love you.
I think just with like the little bit of warmth from like Flora's palms, the frosted tears do suddenly melt, and just like one escapes like the corner of their eye, and they just like very quickly like brush it away.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be right behind.
Okay. And she stands and kind of smooths her apron a little bit, and I think pauses to hold a hand down to you to help you up.
To like take it.
She'll help you to your feet. And then we'll turn back to the group of you and go, all right, well, I'm headed to the Lasting Dance. Look after him, if you don't mind. Don't let them work too much. It's a joyful night.
I'll try.
And I think, like, eyes find you, Alia, and you see some of the concern dissipate, but you see she isn't really sure why. But just sort of, like, gives you a nod squeezes your arm one more time, Lark, and then she will begin down the same path that Elise took. And I think a moment later, Camille will sort of like close up their caboodle and stop and look at all of you and go, I need to check something. Very important. I will meet you. Where are you going? And then I'll meet up with you there once I have the answers I'm looking for.
We're drinking, apparently, at the Queen's Tavern. Yeah.
Right. And I think here kind of like leans into you, Luca, and just, I think we have to be very careful because at the moment she's not the queen. And I don't, like, it wouldn't really be a coup, but it's not a coup. And I think a coup is very out of season. So.
Oh, coup's out of season.
Yes. I mean, we just had one. You don't want two back to back.
2 back to back. Yeah.
I will be back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go check in on some Inquisitor things, because I can do that now, apparently. New me.
Yeah. I know that about you. I do.
Oh!
So
Alright.
weird. Okay.
Just kind of looks at all of you. Be safe. Need anything, let me know. Okay. I just, like, takes a big breath of, what the fuck is happening? And you see Camille will follow the path back up towards the, kind of like in the vicinity of the estate.
I think Lark watches like his mother disappear,
Mhm.
and I think there's a long pause, and then wordlessly they just turn around and in the opposite direction, almost like half stumbling towards their house.
Yeah, absolutely you can do so. As you sort of like make your way deeper into the farm, you see Andrew's house, which is exactly the same as it was in the memory of the real memory. And then you also see sort of built just beside it, there is a new house. It's fairly small. It's about the same size as Andrew's. Andrew's house is not huge. You see it's a very like picturesque little cottage. There is a little bit of like flickering light from inside. And yeah, you can very easily go into your house. You know exactly where the key is. I think you probably have it in your pocket beside the other one. And you step in, and there is a little bit of a fire burning in the hearth. You don't get the sense it's been burning like at an unsafe period of time. And I think there is a rush for you of like the warmth of coming home, even though you have never seen this place before and it didn't exist until about 5 minutes ago. But you see a very like humble dining room with furniture made almost entirely of like hand-carved wood, a small kitchen where you can see there's like a loaf of bread that's being, or like some dough that's being left out to rise overnight with a little towel in it, and just all of these little like furnishings and trinkets of a life that you did not live, but in another sense you kind of did. And you also see as you walk by Andrew's house, there is a light on as well. You get the sense Andrew is awake at the moment. And yeah, you're in your house.
I think they just like enter the house and like take all of these details in, and it's so like simultaneously overwhelming and like truly like painful. I think they just like their palms kind of like slam down on the kitchen table and they just kind of like brace over it and just like start hyperventilating. And that's like where they stay.
And that's fair. Are the Alia and I was gonna say the rest of you, but Alia and Luca, are you following after Lark, or you standing here in the night air?
I think that Alia probably like was probably also like similarly like watching in the direction that Flora walked off. Just again, just absolute fucking heartbreak in her eyes.
Yeah.
She never had a mom, but this was kind of a looked at her. Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. But then like turns around and realizes that Lark is like gone, and immediately like just starts going after them through the woods, calling out their name. And we'll try to follow.
I will say too, just as a note, all of you notice, but Lark especially, you notice as well in this moment. As you are walking at this distance, Tavia is not being pulled with you. You don't feel that connection to Tavia anymore. Just so you know, baby's off his baby leash.
I was
Just
gonna
the
say they're off the leash.
And yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
think Lark's thinking about it right now, but
No,
me,
that's fair.
the human guy, I'm like, uh-oh.
I think, Luca, you kind of watch, and Alia too, though I imagine you're looking at Lark more. As, like, Lark takes off, you see, like, Tavia sighs a little bit and takes a couple steps, and then they slow after a minute, and they stand. As Tavia sort of processes themselves that he is no longer on baby leash, and like looks at their ring, at their hand, sees there's no ring, and just sort of like stands, like shoulders drooping a little bit, as if not sure where to go without the like guideline of the ring, and just kind of stands here. And Aelia, you pass him as you make your way to where Lark is. Luca, what are you up to? Oh, so sorry.
Oh.
No, just as she's going, I think that she's wearing these like gauntlet gloves that kind of cover most of her hands, and I think that she rips off the left one, and just
There is no ring there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her pace picks up.
Yeah. Luca, you and Tivi are just kind of standing here now. What are you up to?
Luca's like watching everyone like aggressively walk off in different directions, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I get that the vibe is like not great, but
Yeah.
honestly, I think like okay, I am. It's sad. It is.
Uh-huh.
The things I remember, like it's not that bad. Granted,
Yeah.
I'm trying to focus right now because the thing is, I was a little bit on the Dreamer side, you know, like not like on her side. I'm not picking sides.
Yeah.
You get me, right?
I mean, like, objectively, yes. I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit offended that I didn't get a new life. I just have the normal one. So I
Yeah.
don't like when I say I'm with you and I get where you're coming from, like I
Right.
literally don't, but like
But you
theoretically
can sympathize, right?
Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, wait, and you're like, do you have like memories of your parents again growing up?
No, I don't, and I
No.
hadn't thought about that.
That's weird. Okay.
Okay,
Sorry. I thought the answer was gonna be yes, and we were gonna go
Yeah.
like hang out. We were gonna then walk in a direction.
Yeah, you're kind of throwing me off here talking about
Sorry.
my
I'm sorry. I'm a
dream
little
strips
frazzled.
of me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't really know what to do, and I feel like everything I'm doing is just like making it worse. I'm gonna stop talking. I don't know.
Wait a
I'm
second.
sorry.
Hold on.
That
Hold
was
on.
aggressive.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Are you not like? She like grabs his shirt and like yanks.
Whoa. You see, like they let you do it, and he's like, head and shoulders are pulled back a little bit as much as they can, and I think will you make me an insight check?
Yeah. Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me.
Yeah, take your time.
That is a 9.
I think you see, like, in this moment of just like confusion, as you like yank Tavia down, there's half a second where they like posture like away from you as if they think that you're like gonna kiss them, and they're like, whoa, oh, what?
What did you think was about to just happen?
I don't know. You just nobody grabs me like that. You just kind of yell at me. You don't yell at me. You just sort of bully me.
I don't yell.
If
I
you
don't
grab me, like,
bully you.
I don't know. I'm stressed.
You're
I
a
got
pirate.
really-
You can't take a little bullying.
No, I can take a little bullying. I never really know where your bullying is coming from, and it's deeply stressful and
coming
also
from-
fascinating.
The warmth in my heart. Listen,
Okay, see, that doesn't make me feel more. Okay, yeah.
Tavia!
What can I do for you? What?
you're not being. You don't have your goat leash on.
I
don't
know,
think. Oh,
and
okay.
it's really weird, and I have mixed feelings about it.
Why do
Frankly,
you have mixed feelings about it? You lived
I
your
don't
whole
know.
life without being attached to Lark.
I
now
know.
You're like free.
Well, yeah, but like.
That is your new life.
And you see, like, here, like, Tavia will, like, stop pulling back from you and lean in a little bit to, like, talk quieter and just, yeah, but, like, I don't know, but I'm, like, when I'm attached to Lark, like, I have a reason to go with someone because, like, somebody wants me to go with them. And, like, I've never really found my footing in the dynamic of this group because I can never really tell if you guys like me or not. And I'm pretty sure you do, but, like, it's a little antagonistic in an affectionate way. And so, like, if I don't have to go, I don't really know where I'm supposed to go.
That's so sad. Tavia,
Okay. No
I
parents.
do. Oh, whoa. Okay, asshole. I was about to give you a compliment.
Sorry. I'm sorry. This is what I mean when I can't read the room on the bullying.
You can't read the room anytime,
No.
I think.
No, that's true.
Listen,
That is
I
valid.
like you as a friend.
Thank you.
You're not my type, but I think you're
Okay.
really great,
That's-
and I
you're
do
not my type
consider
either,
you to be my friend.
I also consider you to be my friend. I think you're
Really?
cool, and I think you're funny,
Oh.
And I like you a lot. As a friend, in a normal way. Because you're also not my type, no offense.
What's your type?
I think after the conversation that you guys had in Larkster not that long ago, just gives you a withering look that says, you fucking know the answer to that.
Big brown eyes. Sad a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Don't we have a direction to walk off into?
No,
Are we
no.
I didn't get the
Okay.
memo. Are we supposed to do that?
I don't know what fucking way. Well, I need to go.
Okay.
Okay, Margot sent me this text. Mind you, she was with the fucking dragon. They were in there. Margot and Georgie. Look at this. Read it.
They haven't been gone for a month, right?
Exactly, so I'm not crazy, right?
Well, I mean, like, when you, like, tap into the weird new memories, like, do you remember her being on for a month?
Do I?
Yeah. You remember that, you know now that Margot was a very, very successful adventurer and is gone for long stretches of time as her adventures take her off planet. And I think you have a memory of Margot and their party setting off about a month ago and chasing after some very neat relic. And you remember them coming home about a day ago for the Monarch Ball. And the very happy reunion that you guys had. And you would know that Margot is also supposed to set off again in about a week.
Okay, I do. It's weird. I don't like having two
Okay.
timelines in my brain. I wish she would have
Sure.
just like picked one and
Yeah. It
No,
sounds like
but-
a lot.
yeah. The thing is, I didn't tell anyone because everybody decided to walk off or
Sure.
you know.
Do you want me to
Just-
like react how I think everyone would react so you get like the satisfaction?
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what it is and just pretend like you're everyone, okay?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So basically, when I went up to Astra when we were in
Mhm.
the fight, I couldn't like do anything, but I kind of like scried on her while that was happening, and
Oh shit.
I don't know what happened, but I don't know. There was another version of Astra, okay?
Okay.
There's two. The one doing the shit, and then the
Uh-huh.
one that I saw, okay,
Mhm.
inside
yeah.
of that Astra, which
Like a
sounds weird.
smaller Astra, like those dolls where like there's the one and then you would take it apart and there's another one.
Yes,
and
like a
it's-
Russian nesting doll. Yeah.
Russia, which canonically exists.
A Tatella nesting doll. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but this one was like super like sad and stuck.
Oh.
She didn't want to be there and wanted like help.
Help with what?
They told me to come find her.
Oh. That's weird. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to. Who do you want me? Who do you want? I can't do all of them at the same time.
Okay, do Alia first.
Shit, that's the one that's hardest for me. Okay. Luca, that was very clever of you, and that was a really smart thing to do, and a very interesting thread to follow. So thank you for doing that, and we'll look into it. Was that good? I don't really know
you
Alia
sounded
that well.
just like
I've
her.
spent like the least amount of time with Alia, so that was like the really challenging one.
Okay, well do Lark. Do Lark now.
Okay. Oh, you scried. I can't do the accent. I can't do accents. We're gonna have to-
Yes, you can. Do it again.
and you saw a smaller Astra?
Yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense. But it's still it's very interesting and good to know. And we have to figure out where to follow her.
Good. That was good.
I'm not,
that was
I'm not
pretty
good at the impressions game. That's why I'm a pirate. It's not the only reason I'm a pirate. But
Huh. Well, okay. Can you do Elise? Last one, I promise.
yeah, Luca, that was a clever use of magic, and I will research it.
You say you don't have your footing in the group. You got everyone's
Really?
down pat. You do.
Shit. Okay. Cool. We're never gonna talk about those impressions again though, because I think they were all really bad. But I appreciate the compliments. Thank you so much. It's good to
should've
know I have the
recorded
full
it.
backup. Thank you for not, frankly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Direction to walk. We should walk somewhere.
Should we follow Elise or should we follow Lark?
Elise at the graveyard for
I will say
that
you don't
person.
know that. You can like maybe with your memories.
I
you, like,
do know that.
Luca knows that.
Okay, cool.
Luca knows that.
Oh.
As of 5 minutes ago, I know that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Slay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Elise is visiting. I forgot. It starts with a G.
Gordy.
Gordy.
That was James. That was not Tavia, obviously. But
Thank you, Tavia.
yeah, I got you. I know everybody's names with my 5 intelligence just naturally.
Yeah.
I
I don't know. I don't want to
okay.
disturb her.
feel like everyone's like having a moment, and like I don't want to intrude on any of the moments, but
I
also
want to have a
I
moment.
do. I thought we just had a moment. Unless
we
do you
did
need to
kinda
go
have
like
a
cry
moment.
about it? If you, that's fair.
About
and
my
I
fucking
do.
dead parents, Tavia? No.
Are they dead in this life?
I don't know. I
They
don't
were
know
just,
where
like,
they are.
somewhere else.
I thought they'd come back because apparently Alia was like, she's giving us the lives we want. Well,
Right.
what happened? I think I have a dragon. I think his name's Wilbur.
No shit. No way, really?
I think
Look,
so.
we probably should do other things than go see your dragon, right? Like we should
Yeah.
probably regroup and come up with a plan.
We'll come up with a plan. Yeah. And then yeah,
Okay, and then we'll go see Wilbur.
I think so.
Nice. I
I
am
think
really
so.
scared of dragons, and I just met one for the first time earlier today. But I think I'm ready for the next step, which is a bigger, normal
Well,
one.
you're my best friend, so Wilbur will like
Wait,
you.
really? Wait, stop. Really? I'm your best friend?
Fuck. Like low key, you weren't telling me when I said that though.
Okay. Yeah. And I think, you see Tavia like nods very seriously and holds a hand out to you to shake your hand on that.
What is this?
Oh, this is me promising I'm not going to tell anyone.
You're so weird. Okay.
Did you mean it not literally?
No, I did. I just didn't know we were gonna
Okay.
shake on it.
No, I'm not gonna swear an oath to you. I don't fuck around when it comes to best friends. I've never really had
Oh.
one of those before, so I'm like taking it really seriously.
You've never had one? Okay, well I'm gonna give you a hug instead, okay?
Okay.
She like hugs.
Yeah, Tavia wraps their arms around you and gives you like it's actually I think more than you expect, a very nice hug. Frankly.
Aw.
Yeah. It's a lot like warmer and softer than I think you would expect from
Than I
someone
would
like Tavia
expect,
who has like a guard up all the time. But he's a good hugger.
Oh, she pulls back. See,
To be a tights faction. They're a good hugger.
Yeah.
Really got
hugger.
me. I love that.
he's a good hugger.
Okay.
Good.
Good hug. Good best friend talk.
Yeah. Okay, which direction are we walking?
I feel like maybe we should check in on Lark and Alia first. I feel like that's a more related thing than Graveyard.
Are they still married?
Oh, fuck. Probably. Well, I don't know. Well, the fuck am I
Probably
talking? I don't know
not.
shit. I don't know anything.
If they're not Lark's single.
Luca.
I kid. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to think about my dead parents. To be honest.
Are they dead? I need you to wait. I need you to
You're
answer
the
me.
one who
Are
made
they
the
dead?
joke. No.
Are they dead? Okay.
I just haven't seen them since I was born.
Okay, well that doesn't make them dead though.
So
When people leave your vision and you don't see them for an extended period of time, they don't die, and it's really important to me.
I think I have that thing that babies have where like they don't.
Object permanence.
Yeah.
That's a word for Elmo.
Anyways, yeah, we should go check in on Lark.
Okay. And the two of you can make your way on the path back to the farmhouse. Alia, you find Lark. You find the door to this house that you don't recognize open, and you can see Lark's silhouette in the like fading firelight.
I think that like she comes to the door. I don't think that Alia knows exactly where she is, and I think she's just like, why
Yeah.
are you in Andrew's house? Lark, where? How's he doing?
Don't want to do this. It's so sad. Roll it back. Let's go back to walk at the Luca and Tavia. That was funny.
Don't worry, they'll show up with their insane energy in a couple minutes, but
Okay. I think at the sound of Alia's voice, I think Locke like turns around and like the firelight has like melted like the tears on his face, and he just turns around and he's just like sobbing, and he just goes, "I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I know that this is not. I don't know what to do, and I'm sorry."
Like you should not be apologizing to me. I have failed you. I have failed you. I have failed your mother.
What?
I have failed the state. I have failed everyone.
What
We
are you
just,
talking
we
about?
should have just, we should have just gone to your father. We never should have hid anything, and we should have just told him, and we shouldn't have made all of those stupid promises. I thought that we could talk it out. I thought that there was a third path. There wasn't a third path. It was one or the other, and I don't.
It's not on you. That is entirely on me. In my judgment.
It's on us.
I think he just looks down at his hands on the kitchen table and the absence of his wedding ring and just like shakes his head.
I don't know what to do.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. And I think that she like unstraps her sword from her belt, places it, leans it against the kitchen table. I don't know where this leaves us. I don't know if it's even possible to fix this. I don't know. Like, where are we? Starts like looking around.
This is my house.
It's nice. Close.
Yes, but it's not mine.
I know. All that I've thought about and looked forward to all night is getting to just go home and go to bed, but it's not ours anymore. And all I really want to do right now is make the both of us a cup of tea, but I actually don't know which cabinet everything is in, and no. I don't know about you, but I'm not done.
What do you mean?
This cannot be the end. I refuse to accept this. I have worked too hard. We both have, for this to just be it.
That isn't.
If she thinks, and she rips the metal off of her neck, if she thinks that she can placate me with shiny trophies and armor and a fucking knighthood that I might have wanted once, but then she's a fool. Then she has underestimated me. She has underestimated us, and that is a great gift.
you don't want the medal and
It's just a shiny crystal. There's really not much more to it than that.
and what if we can't change it back? What then?
Well, I'm no druid, but I've always enjoyed the outdoors. I know Handsome would love the space to run around, chase chickens to his heart's content.
You're not saying that you would really marry me twice.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
His balls. You hate the dirt.
I do. And the whole thing with the reindeer fertilizer was frankly rather that was a week.
It worked.
It did work, and I'm very the innovation is incredible, and I'm very proud of you in succeeding in your pursuits. But I don't know. This was never me. It was once, and it hasn't been in a very long time.
I don't know if it's me either.
Well, you do like the dirt. Living things. Watching something grow.
I do, and I like it a darn sight more than itchy royal clothes and a uncomfortable crown, but I do. This isn't... I don't know who I am here.
What do you remember?
Rather an extraordinary existence. Very peaceful. Does Locke have his twin sisters in this memories?
You do. You kind of in the same way that in this life you were kind of raised in a way that Flora very much you danced around your father. It was very, very similar with the twins, but you have memories of helping your mother around the house when she was very pregnant with twins, and it was just kind of the two of you when you were pretty little. And you would know that your sisters, Laurel and Lavender, both kind of travel around the planet and every now and then off the planet. Laurel is a very accomplished poet, and Lavender is like her manager. And the two of them just kind of travel around to like art shows and different like writing events. And they're not like celebrities, but they make a pretty good living. They come home like once a month, once every other month or so.
I think like Locke's kind of like tracking through these memories of their siblings, and there's this like crushing like relief at like the fact that they still exist in this world, but then this like deep sense of sadness that actually in this world they are together and they're not estranged from each other. And then I think like a deep kind of sense of like deep thought and concern really settles in like the lines on their face. How far does this go, Alia?
As a note, very quickly as well, your memories of Rose are basically non-existent except for the young beloved princess in the estate.
Fuck.
You have no personal memories with Rose.
I don't. How far does it go? Because I don't have Rose here. This isn't.
Well, I only have a hunch. I imagine we could find out more in the morning. Elise specifically probably could. But I think that in all likelihood, this is a world where your father stepped away from the throne.
Does that align with my memories? Like,
Yeah, I mean, you don't have, like, a ton of knowledge about, like, royal goings-on, as this Lark is not overly concerned about it, but you do have, like, memories of the day a couple years ago when the king essentially, like, stepped down from the throne and Astra, like, assumed. So it's a little bit fuzzy in those memories, and I think that, like, other Lark would attribute it to just not paying much attention, but I think you, Lark, know there is something odd with the way those memories settle, as if it is not happy about being put into place and is still trying to fight that off as much as is possible. But you do have, like, murky memories of the king stepping down, and also you have no memories of ever being claimed by Ambrose. I think other Lark has no idea that Ambrose is their father. Like, none. Yeah. And I think it's about this time that the two of you kind of start hearing the crunching of footsteps as Luca and Tavia begin approaching. But we're going to pause there and hop back to Elise. Elise, you are seated in the graveyard, and time is, like, passing and passing in a way that, like, you aren't necessarily tracking. And I think because you are so in this moment, you don't hear kind of like the footsteps coming up vaguely behind you, and you, until a voice speaks, until you hear, "Oh, Archivist, I'm sorry to intrude. I'm heading in the back door of the. I didn't want to interrupt." And you turn and you see Flora, who is, like, tying her apron a little bit tighter behind her and is heading. You know that there is a back door to the tavern that is pretty much like, if you pass through the graveyard, you can get there the quickest. And she's about halfway through.
Flora. No.
Hi.
Hello.
Can I get you anything?
Kind of, like, wipes at her eyes a little bit.
Mm.
No. I'm all right. I am just remembering. How are you?
Oh, I don't know what happened. I wandered off in the middle of my shift and I'm late. I'm never going to hear the end of it from Barley, but I am perfectly fine. It's a Monarch Ball night, so very, very busy. I'm well.
Right. Yes, good. Think the name Barley kind of rings the bell a little bit and looks at the glasses around and be like, well, you tell, if Barley gives you any trouble, you send them my way.
I will. It's very kind of you. Thank you, Archivist. And for what it's worth, I know you may not always be up to company, which is understandable, but there is your free drink every year waiting for you, so. But
Thank you.
if you need anything, just send me a message and I'll run out with some food or a drink or something for you.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Of course.
I would love if Elise could make an insight check just to be like, does she
Sure.
remember anything? Because Elise wasn't there for
Flora?
Yeah, for
Yeah, go ahead
Flora's
and make me an
being
insight
like,
check.
what's up? Oh, that's a nat 20. What a waste.
We
of a
love
nat
the
20.
cinematic nat 20s here. Well, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a little something extra. So you look at Flora and you can tell, like, once at a glance,
Mhm.
absolutely zero memory of anything except this reality. You notice with a nat 20 the same things that Lark did with the slightly gaunter cheekbones and the rougher hands, and like very clearly the one white rose kind of tucked into their hair as well. I think what you notice about this Flora, the Flora at the ball was flushed cheeks and rounded features and joy, and I think you notice that this Flora is not unhappy, is not like fading away, but that like the flushed cheeks of just like contentedness is not here and likely has not been here for some time. You get the sense that this Flora is someone who has moved through loss and heartbreak much more than the Flora that you know, and has rebuilt herself from it, and there is a strength there that the Flora you know doesn't have in the same way. But yeah. With you got a nat 20, do you have any other questions about Flora in this moment?
Jeez. I think, Elise seeing this person who's had to rebuild after loss kind of identifies with that a lot. I think Elise is going to... I think Elise wonders, like, in this moment, like, if this Flora was offered the throne, as she is right now, would she take it?
I think as you sort of wonder this and you look at Flora, I think a murky memory from this other Elise kind of comes up of an incident years and years and years and years ago where essentially Flora, like, petitioned to see the king privately, and there was some kind of discussion that she left in tears. And shortly thereafter, Ambrose came to you and had a conversation about, like, essentially asking you to maintain that any rumors of bastards was promptly stricken from the record, as Ambrose essentially doubled down on remaining with his family. You would know very much since then that Flora has never come to a receiving day, has never been present for royal events. But you do have this memory of like a midnight meeting that did not seem to go very well for her.
Well, I will not keep you from your...
Right, I'm already in deep waters it is, thank you.
If it helps, you can just lie and say that you were with me here, remembering together, and that'll get you off.
Right. Thank you, Archivist. You're very kind. Be well. And just kind of like gives you a very kind nod, and will rush into kind of the back door. And when the door opens, you hear like the muffled sounds of like singing along to like music of a very drunk crowd, like singing along, and sort of the clattering of dishes and things. And the door shuts behind her, and that is muffled again. And you are alone in the graveyard again.
I think Elise will take the half-empty bottle and the unused glass and pour some for herself and toast the tombstone and be like, sorry to take it, but I do not think you will mind given the circumstances. And is just going to kind of like ease down, kind of sitting crisscross applesauce as much as her old bones will let her. And I think she's just talking and kind of filling this Gordy in on the life that she remembers.
Yeah, absolutely. You can sit here for as long as you'd like to. If at any point you would like to leave, just let me know, or you can say that you arrived there if you would like to. But yeah, you can absolutely tell the story of the life that you've lived to the person that you loved here in the graveyard. And I think even though you are alone and there's only like the very, very, very distant sounds of celebration and crickets and a breeze, I think you feel a lot less alone than you felt for a long time here. We will pick back up with the now 4 of you in Lark's house as Luca and Tavia kind of come up behind down on the steps of this wooden porch.
Lark very visibly has been crying his eyes out.
Yeah, I think Alia has removed
cut to
most
the
of,
break
like, her
screen
armor
really
station.
quick.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. You don't have to apologize. We'll be back in just a second. Stay tuned. Yeah, we'll see you in just a moment. And welcome back. We'll pick up right where we left off with look, my brain is a little scrambled. I'm sorry, it was an incident. It's fine. With Luca and Tavia stepping up the wooden steps in here. And I think as they do, Tavia will just very gently like knock on the door frame to let the both of you inside know that they're there. Even though the door is open. Just a very awkward little
Just lock the door.
Yeah.
Okay, we can leave then. Tavia, should we go?
Would you like us to give you need
no,
Are you
it's
sure?
okay.
Okay. Because we can. It's really not a biggie. We just kind of
No,
wanted to check on you. So
We should talk.
yeah, probably. Take like one very hesitant step over the threshold.
I think Log's primarily kind of like has their focus on Luca and is trying to gauge like how Luca's feeling right now. Can I make an insight check on Luca?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Give me 1 second.
You have a couple of farm dogs, and they're just really excited on the farm.
Poor Grace been having a real time of it.
I know. I think, well, kind of. I think in this moment, Tavia is looking at you again, Lark. But I think eyes will kind of flick to you, Aelia, and there is a silent like, "Is everything not okay?" But you know, in their eyes as they look to you as the steady one.
As okay as it could be, kind of, you know.
Kind of like gives a little bit of nod, and then we'll turn to you guys and just, Luca has memories of Elise's at the graveyard, I guess. Just so you guys know. So, not too far, which is good.
She'll return whenever she's ready.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
But you remember everything.
Yeah, which is new for me because I didn't last time.
Right. One set of memories.
Yeah, just the normal one. Just the
Right.
regular old me.
So, in this reality, you don't know how you came here.
What do you mean?
Oh, this is all very confusing.
The memories that I have are the memories that I think we've all, like investigating and the breaking into Lark's room.
Right.
And yeah.
Everything.
Oh shit, I do have to keep that in
Reality.
mind when I talk to people, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Very important. I think that we can perhaps do a bit of research at the tavern later and kind of take the temperature of what the kingdom's doing and what the hell has been going on.
Yeah.
But you remember Bella Bones went missing.
Yeah.
You came here, petitioned to speak. No one answered.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking and entering, yada yada yada. We're here.
Yeah.
Right.
And I only have those memories. I know that
Just-
everyone's kind of fuzzy, and I know that like Luca kind of remembers, but like her parents are still not here, and like everything's kind of wibbly. But I just have one. So.
Speaking of memories, we should not have. No one knows I'm a bastard here. We cannot.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Keep it locked in.
Are we still on?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I
The
got-
Lord's
I gotta
just
check
shattered my
something.
back door. Holy shit.
Do you need a minute?
No, I want to keep going. My mom just got home. So I said, can you please handle this?
Oh my god.
The show must go on.
Lark, would you get on your insight check on Luca? Luca, you can roll a
17.
deception if you would like to, if you think you're trying to hide anything. But...
She probably is. That's a 16.
16. All right. So with Lark 17, what do they see?
I think Luca's putting on like a a brave face, but she is freaking out, and I think you can see her mind's like running at like 1,000 kilometers an hour. And she's trying to make sense of everything and is a bit like jittery and ready, kind of like wants to go figure stuff out, but she's not in like a clear headspace or anything like that. Yeah, and she's trying to like push down those feelings that keep welling up.
Vlog, I assume, recognizes the Drake speaker uniform on Luca.
100%. Yeah.
Luca, what is your life like here?
Good. When I was little, I always wanted to be like Margot, and so I got that. Which is weird, because Margot's not a Drake speaker, and Margot is always a Drake speaker. But my parents still aren't here, which is a little strange, because I thought that they would be. But other than that, you know, when Luca thinks through her life, has it been like positive?
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think too that like as you sort of reflect on your life in this way, I think you notice that the places where your parents should be, it's not like your memories of them going missing are not there. It's almost as if there are places in your memory where you know your parents should be, and it's almost like someone has gone into a picture and like cut them out of it. Like you have memories where you know your parents should be there, but you have no memories with and of your parents. It's very like when you think of them, it gets almost like staticky, as if the two realities can't quite fit together, but are trying really hard to. But yeah,
Okay.
you've lived a very happy life. I mean, you are like an up and coming star in the Drake speakers. You are very respected and liked in the Drake speakers. You have memories of flying on a dragon for the first time, and the thrill of like the wind whipping through your hair and looking down on the forests of Everglen below you. Um, you've lived very happily, and you know your sisters are also very happy as well.
You don't
Like,
have memories of you.
I don't know. It's kind of like kind of blurs together. I can't quite pin it down. They didn't go missing. There wasn't that whole thing that was blurry anyways for me, but I don't know. There's no
Maybe she didn't bring them all back.
Anyone who would like to can make me an Arcana check or just a flat intelligence check with proficiency.
Oh, nat 20!
So many cinematic nat 20s this session. This is wild.
Yeah.
I got a 21.
Beautiful.
That's a total of 27.
Beautiful.
well, I got an 11.
An 11. I think, Luca, you are so kind of like caught up in this feeling of like why there are, because you know, like you have memories from your real life of like moments where you wished your parents had been there, but this is different. It's like you have memories that like aren't complete, and I think you are so caught up in the static of that feeling that you can't like get to the source of why. I think we'll go Alia and then we'll end with Lark. Alia, with your 21, I think as you sort of piece this together and you say like maybe she didn't bring them back, I think you realize in this moment that like the dreaming, the gate between the dreaming and your plane, you know, in this moment has not been taken down. There is no influx of people who are
Right.
lost. There is no like, you have no like memories of people that you know. Like you have no memories as someone who is still like involved in nobility of like Bella Bones at Astra's side as queen. But there
Right.
are like, you have memories where you know that there should be something else in the picture, but it can't quite get there.
She
Lark,
got
with your
through, and yeah, sorry. Okay.
no, don't apologize. Yeah. I love to watch you connect the dots. Yeah. Lark, with your natural 20, I think in this moment what you kind of process is what comes back to you in this moment is like the way that Threadweaver works and the sacrifice that needs to be made. And I think in this moment you put together that, like, as still fundamentally a mortal on this being, there is no sacrifice that Astra could make that is strong enough to dismantle this magical force field, essentially, that your father has built and that you and your father were strengthening just the other day. And I think what you kind of realize in this moment is, like, there is the world that Astra has created in this reality has been built around their freedom, but there are still steps that need to be taken for those last puzzle pieces to fit into place. So, like, Astra is still going to try to bring down the Dreaming Gate. And when she does, Luca will probably have memories of her parents. And there will be memories of Bella Bones at Astra's side as these people are able to return. But even Threadweaver was used to bring her back and to make the dreaming that is here stronger and not to dismantle that gate. With a natural 20, do you have any other questions about that?
I just want to try and
Mhm.
piece that information with the note I read from my father who said, take this
Absolutely.
key beyond the Dreaming Gate.
Yes.
Can I clarify for myself? Does that mean, like,
Mhm.
I have to open the gate to the dreaming and go into it with this key?
You would know the key does not open the Dreaming Gate, but I mean, you know in your research there are ways to pass into the land of the dreaming. It's the getting back part that's hard.
Okay.
But you believe from this note from your father that whatever this key is, whatever lies in the lands of the dreaming that has been buried, potentially has the power to put this situation to rights. You don't know how because you don't know what is beyond the dreaming other than, like, the land of your ancestors, whatever that means to Ambrose. But yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think out loud, Aelia just says, she slipped through the gates, but she couldn't pick the lock. Not yet.
You're right. It's not open.
No.
So that's
Power
good,
is
right?
not limitless. Yes.
Because then, okay.
Why is
Well,
that good? Wait,
it-
why is that good or bad?
I mean, for me at least, my thought, right, would be that, like, if the gate was down, was shredded, it's a hard thing to put back in a box. Astra wants everyone to think that everything's out of the box, but it's really not. She is. And they've sort of built this world, but, like, everything she wants is still on the other side of it.
Like all the people that are stuck on the other side.
Yeah, and presumably, like, the power probably too. Like, there's like a fuck ton of magic back there.
yes.
And
I think that kind of is like,
Red
yeah.
Weaver she can't use Threadweaver again. It's one and done. She's got to find another way. But any of us could.
At this, Locke puts a hand into their pocket and pulls out the key and just, like, hands it to Astra. Aelia!
Oh god, she's in the house!
Oh fuck! She's in the
Campaign
wall!
over.
What's this?
It appeared in my pocket and it was accompanied by a note from my father.
With that, can I go back into Aelia's memories and try to remember what I can about Ambrose stepping down, those circumstances, and if I have any fucking idea where he might be now?
I think what you would be able to kind of piece together, because you guys did sort of miss how this conflict ended. But I think
Okay.
what you know in this moment upon reflection, beyond a shadow of a doubt, from the way that the memory of him stepping down doesn't quite settle, I think what you know beyond a shadow of a doubt is Ambrose is alive, and they may not be as powerful, but he is attempting still to fight this.
Okay.
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 I think that's what you can get with just sort of your own reflection.
Okay.
But you do, I mean, other Aelia was at the Monarch Ball. Like, you were invited as a member of nobility. So I think that, like, you have memories of this alternate Monarch Ball, where Ambrose was not present, but like you have no memories of the people mourning Ambrose. So it's like
Okay.
odd, I think, in your memories that Ambrose is not there, but you have memories of him not coming for a couple years now.
Okay.
But you have no memory of mourning. So like in this new reality,
So he isn't,
wherever the
like,
king is, he has not
dead.
passed. There is no
Okay.
funeral. There was no
Okay.
mourning period. He's
He's
just
kind of
not
just
present.
disappeared from the public eye. Okay.
Right, essentially.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if my memory serves, all but vanished from the public eye a number of years ago, but certainly, I mean, I don't know why she left our memories intact, or if perhaps there was something that she couldn't do, but he's very much still out there.
He asked me to go to the dreaming in the letter. That there is something in there that requires unlocking, and that is the key.
Baby Astra.
What?
Oh, Luca, I know that I did really good impressions of everyone hearing that, but you should probably tell them about the thing that you saw. Or I can really badly paraphrase it, but I'm not going to do as good of a job as you did.
Okay,
So there's a baby?
not like, but a younger version of her that's stuck in her. I didn't
Like
mean to
like
doctor
a
her.
nest.
Should
Like
I
you
tell
like
it?
disaster. You like
A
there's a nest
Tethella
going on.
nesting doll.
Yeah, we all know the Tethella nesting
Yeah,
doll.
the Tethella nesting doll. Yeah.
Mhm.
When we were fighting Astra, we all remember
Yes.
that. Okay. So I went up there to see, if I could just shake her a little or just see what's going on. But I couldn't. Okay. And so then I decided in the moment, I was like, well, what if I just scry and try to see what's going on, like, while all that was happening? And I don't know. I kind of like opened my eyes and I'm in the woods, and Astra was there, but it wasn't the Astra that we saw. It's like a younger version of Astra. And she was holding something, there was nothing there. And she was like stuck and was asking for help.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I guess they said to go find her, right?
To
Kinda
go
like-
find her, yes, because she was stuck and needed help and sounded very scared. But it wasn't. It was like two Astras, like there's two of us now. But that one was inside of her.
Right. Oh, that's very good. We should that's good to know. Okay. Do we think she may be in the dreaming also? Left behind?
I think so.
One way to find out, frankly.
Well, we still need to Luca, we still need to find your parents and Bella. Like this can't be. However, I think they kind of like look almost like hesitantly like at Alia. There may be a way to undo this, but Luca, I don't know which life you prefer. Elise, I know, has her own motivations for being here with us. Not presently. You said she was at a graveyard?
Yeah, Gordy's graveyard.
Do I know the name Gordy?
I think you have some very fuzzy like childhood memories of like especially when your mom started working at the lasting dance of like Elise and this person named Gordy kind of coming in and being like really chummy with Barley, and like you have some very fuzzy memories. You've heard like your mom mention the name before. Yeah, a little bit.
Do I know what happened to them?
You know, I don't know if you do. I think that you, like, are aware of, like, Barley and Elise's grief, but I think that, like, your mother, who also, like, was not very close to Gordy in that situation, I think your mother has been very careful about, like, upholding the privacy of, like, Barley and, by extension, the people Barley cares about. So I don't think you know much about the situation.
The way we move forward, I want everyone to have the opportunity to voice their wishes here. And I know that might not be a unanimous vote.
You want to go back? Do you want to be king?
This doesn't feel right to me, Luca. And yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. Well, there's no harm in trying to look.
Let's find Elise.
Yeah. Okay. Are all of you heading out towards the graveyard?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
super far. Acorn is not a huge village. So it's like maybe a 10-minute walk, a little under. And as you're walking, you kind of notice the same thing that Elise did, but a little bit more for you as time has passed, of like kind of like half drunk, exhausted partygoers beginning to stumble back to the beds they've rented for the evening and into like taverns. You like see like some of the other taverns and inns, like while everyone normally would be asleep at this hour, the lights are on and you hear like raucous laughter on the inside. And all of you can begin making your way towards the graveyard and, by extension, the lasting dance. As you are walking, Luca, would you make me a perception check, please?
Yes.
Thanks.
That's a 13.
That's okay, 13's enough. As you're walking, I think you become sort of aware in your peripheral of like a very soft skittering. And I think as you're passing like trees and stuff, so that's not huge. But you begin to notice that it seems to be like following you and a little bit of like clicking. And as you sort of like turn in that direction, you see a like chestnut colored squirrel who is sort of like running from like hopping from like bush to bush to follow you, and every then will like stop and like poke his little head out like a meerkat and stare at you. And it seems to be holding what looks almost like a green leaf rolled up and tied with twine, and he's holding it in his mouth, and he like sits up and he's like squinting at you as you walk, and then he'll like go down and he'll skitter to the next bush and he'll wait for a minute and he'll pop up and he'll like look at you. I think with a 13 you can't read what the energy is there, but this squirrel is scoping you out for something.
I think she'll stop walking at like the third time this squirrel
Okay.
pops up and kind of like turn her head towards it and go,
It like it goes down a little bit in the leaves, but you still see its little ears and its eyes like poking out from the bush.
I think she'll walk over.
It's like ears flatten a little bit and it looks up at you. And I think from behind you, TV goes, "What the fuck are you doing?
This squirrel is following me.
What are you talking about?"
She's like staring at it like, tss.
And I think this squirrel kind of like looks up at you and blinks at you, and whatever it's looking for in you, it seems to find. And it like puts its little hands on each like side of the bush and like pulls itself up just a little bit and just like very like nervously and gingerly like extends itself to try and like pass this whatever this rolled up leaf is off to you.
she will like extend her hand out to take it.
Yeah, the minute you take it, that squirrel is gone. It like jumps out and he's tearing through the town. This thing is like gone in an instant. And I think as it runs, all of you kind of pick up on it. And you are holding this little rolled up leaf with twine.
Misha looks at Tivia. I told you.
What are you, the fucking squirrel whisperer now? What? What
don't
is
know. I don't
that?
have any memory of it, but yeah, I don't have memory of some other important things, so could be.
Is that?
Could
Did
be.
it pass you a note?
It gave me something. Yeah.
Okay,
It
yeah.
liked me.
What is it?
I don't fucking know. Let me open it.
Okay, all right. Take your time. No rush. We're not doing anything.
She like very slowly undoes the twine on this leaf.
Yeah. As you undo it, you see there is writing scrawled on the inside of this leaf. That I don't know if you recognize this writing necessarily, but the note says, Luca, if this note finds you, I fear I am lost to you. Your mother called out to me tonight. I am heading to the ritual circle now to find out why. I fear something terrible has happened there, but I did not have the chance to help her last time. It is a mistake I will not repeat, no matter the cost to myself. I hope I will be able to give you answers in person, but if I am unable to return, I will try to send you signs from beyond. If this letter finds you, and it is too late, I will embrace your parents for both of us and give them all of your love. Be safe, Luca, and be careful. Yours, Venus.
Fuck, James.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh. I think she reads this and it's like all the blood kind of like goes from her face. And she folds up the leaf. Does she have memories of the circle, like the druid circle at all? Does it seem kind of fuzzy there too?
It's a little bit fuzzy in the places where, like, you know that your mother, both of your parents, because both of your parents were druids, should be. But, like, you have, I think, more memories of this circle than you do in this lifetime. Like, you have very hazy, like, staticky memories of, like, chasing after one of your parents kind of through this little village that you saw, and you have memories of like sitting in that circle of old oaks as Venus and the sort of cut out shadow that you assume to be your mother do some kind of ritual. You have memories of learning your like wildfire abilities for the very first time in the circle. It's like really, it's hard to focus on them and to like sift through them enough to make sense of them because of this like big hole that is missing. And I think if you continue to try to sift through them, it will become painful to you. But you can get like fractured kind of glimpses of the circle.
I think she will kind of put the leaf in her pocket and turn to them. I need to go. I need to go to the druid circle.
What? Why?
I think something, I don't know. I got a note from Venus and I think something awful has happened and I hope it hasn't happened, but I'm gonna go look at that and
Venus
I'll
the
catch up.
Archdruidess? What?
yeah,
Did mention
that
but
one.
I completely blew past it. Oh,
What?
What?
there was a lot going on, and I thought that Ndet was just passing along a piece of gossip that she heard. Oh god, she might still be here too. I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
About
I think it's like one of the first times you hear her like properly swear as well.
I think Tavia like eyebrows raised nearly entirely and like turns to look at you and doesn't say anything, and then like very quickly course corrects, and there's like a little bit of a smirk.
What is it?
the day of the ball today. I guess she went to the druid circle and didn't come back.
The night
At some
before
point.
the ball.
The night before the ball. Thank you. Last night she went and didn't come back until after nightfall. Not that anyone could see, and she knew going to happen. What makes you think that she's? Do you think she's in danger, trouble?
Yeah, I think she's in danger from the note I just got. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going. She turns around and like starts like,
Okay. Okay.
Luca, if
Shall
this
I
is
go-
Luca, this I think that we should all just wait a moment until we have everyone back together in one place. But if she was trying to reach the dreaming, and we know that circle might have been a gate, then God only knows what could happen if you go there by yourself.
I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna go and see what happens, and maybe it'll be for the best, and maybe we can fix everything, and you guys can be king and queen again, because that's what you want, right? Cool. I think she'll turn around and run off.
Well, I kind of grabs Ayla. Go with her. You're a member of court, and I will circle around and get Elise, and we'll meet you there.
Just don't go far. We'll take off into the woods after her.
I think Tavia like watches them go, and then when it's just the two of you, kind of like turns to look at you with a much more like kind of expression than they've looked at you in the last couple minutes, and just right. So we should at least
We should at least.
great. Lead the way. Not that you have to anymore, because you know. And I think kind of here in this moment, like does one of these with the empty hand, but. Still. I don't know where the graveyard is. I don't have fancy new memories. So.
Right. Oh. Just shrugs off Tavia's coat and kind of like swipes the creases out of it and kind of like holds back. And then, sorry, thank you.
If you're cold, you can keep it. I'm fine. I'm fine. I like the night air. So.
I'm not really. Everything's cold, so.
Okay. And I think just like very hesitantly takes it. And I think like doesn't even put it on, but just kind of holds it for a few, as if like waiting for you to need it back. And just sort of like tucks it over her arm and goes, okay. Yeah, well if you
Yep. Turns around.
yeah. Okay. And we'll follow after. Elise, you are a little bit kind of less lost in these memories, and you hear the sets of footsteps kind of coming up through this path.
I think Elise kind of pours out whatever's left in her glass,
Yeah.
stands up with, you know, she's had a little bit more adventure in this life, so I don't think her knees creak as much.
Sure.
But stands up, kind of brushes the dirt off, tries to kind of dry the tears, but it's very obvious that she's just been crying. And turns to, like, leave the graveyard. And she sees who's there.
Hey.
Hi.
Sorry, I did not mean to abandon you all. With these new memories, I just...
It's alright.
What?
We have to talk about what we would like to do, but for now, Luca received looks to be a leaf?
From a squirrel? In a bush?
The Archdruidess went to the Druid Circle last night. We think she may have found her way into the dreaming. Luca's very worried about her. And Elia's gone with her, and
Yes, no, we should, catch up. Right. Is her parents, are they? No.
we don't think the gate has been opened, Elise. It's still...
Right. Okay. Yes, no, alright, yes, we Luca first.
Okay.
Fuck! Again.
Okay, just that same kind of like double take from the corner of his eye, and then like looks at you, Elise, with like a little bit of a wide-eyed "what's happening" expression, and then
I still don't have my phone. Okay, could someone with a
Lark, you touch your pocket. There's a hollow transmitter there.
No? Never mind. Kind of like start scrolling through the contents. Oh fuck! I don't have Camille's number anymore. Can someone please?
As you look for it, make me either a wisdom saving throw or a constitution saving throw. I'll give you either. Or not.
Not good. Wisdom or constitution?
Mhm.
Well, wisdom would be 16, constitution would be 7. So
Jesus. That's okay. You needed the 15. 16 is fine. As you like scroll through and are looking for Camille, you kind of watch as your screen like flickers and like taps out and flickers, and you get like a glimpse at your old contact list. Just enough for you to like quickly like catch Camille's number.
interesting. Yeah, I quickly like pull it up and like start very fumblingly like trying to text, "We're going to the Druid Circle."
Mm-hmm. You manage to send that off, and you even watch as like her old contact picture like flickers, and then it's just like the number with no contact picture as you kind of struggle to maintain like a thread on this old reality. And it sends and it sort of fades, but you have that number now, even if you don't have the contact in your new holotransmitter.
Okay.
But yeah, you can absolutely send that. You see that like I think it is not immediately read, but it is 100% delivered.
Okay. Good.
And yeah,
Okay.
you can send that off.
Yes.
Okay.
To Luca.
To Luca. And you guys can start following after. And I think that is where we're going to take our break. Don't change that Twitch channel. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to find out what's going on at the Circle of Old Oaks. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And welcome back. As all of our party just kind of split a little bit in half, begins making their way towards the circle of old oaks, we are going to pick up with Alia and Luca on your way. Are you guys doing anything or talking about anything on your way, or are you just like Terminator running to the circle?
Luca is charging ahead. Like, I think can hear Alia coming, like runs faster.
Yeah, I think
Mhm. That's so
we
funny.
should have put Luca on the child leash.
For real.
Get the fuck back here.
I like to think some extraordinarily drunk person at the Monarch Ball is just like sitting outside and just watches you guys run.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Luca in her little wings. Alia fucking charging through in full plate mail, just like
The
Luca.
clanking of the
Luca,
meal.
please. Yeah. Crashing through fucking bushes and shit.
Both of you take a point of GM inspiration. That imagery is
Thank
so
you.
funny to me. Yeah. Alia, as you tear after Luca, are you doing anything?
I think just like calling out to her to fucking slow down.
I think Luca does slow down eventually. He's like, "What do you want?"
Luca, are you okay? What
fine.
is? No, you're Luca. None of us are fine.
I am doing better than you. Probably.
It takes like a long second to chew on that.
Probably, yeah. That still doesn't mean fine. I'm a pretty far away from fine, and if you're anywhere in the vicinity, I know that you're not fine.
Well, I will be more fine when we get to the Druid Circle. And I didn't need you to come with me.
I know.
Then why are you here?
Oh, because I don't think any of us should be alone right now.
Okay.
And because we don't know entirely what's happening in this reality, what dangers might be there.
What if it's not dangerous?
Well, then I would like to see that for myself.
Okay.
We were very serious about taking everyone's new lives into consideration before acting, Luca. I know that this life might not be what Lark or I wanted, but I don't know, it might have things that you want, and that deserves consideration.
Yeah. I know that.
Good. We're not just going to make a bunch of decisions without you, without the others. Especially ones that impact all of us.
But then what would you do? You were, what, born to be in the role that you had before?
I was actually born for a different one. I picked a new life. Done it once. Sure, I could do it again.
Do you want to do it again?
Do any of us really want our lives to change that drastically? Especially when we have no say?
I don't know.
I won't say that it's what I want. But I made the choices that I made because I thought that I could do something better for Everglen. I don't know what better looks like from here.
Are you still thinking about Everglen? You don't consider yourself?
Monarchy is deeply
Sad.
flawed. Sad. Unfair. And all the talk of nobility and royal bloodline, kind of just a bit of a distraction from the fact that I don't think that any of us are really born worthy or deserving of any of this.
Yeah.
But I think that I have to spend the rest of my life, whatever that looks like, trying to be worthy of it. And if that means stepping back, stepping away, I have to consider that option.
But would you be willing to do that? I don't understand why you two... I don't know. I think this life is good for me, and it doesn't seem like Lark wants to be king, even though he says he does, or that it's really something that would interest them. And you could do anything you want, but you're just, I don't know, waiting to be something else.
I don't know. I wish I had a clear or wise answer for you. I've been struggling with this question for the better part of a decade, if I'm being entirely honest.
Gosh, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. The answer is that I don't know. And I know that that's a deeply frustrating one, believe me. I'm aware.
No, it's
So-
refreshing.
Really?
I'm tired of everyone pretending like they know what to do all the time, because they don't.
Oh, well, let me be the first to admit I have absolutely no idea what we're supposed to do here. What our goal is, if any of that is even possible. Magically, I've been out of my depth for the last several weeks, actually.
Really?
I really am just Luca, I've got not a goddamn clue what any of us are supposed to do about any of this.
Wow, okay. Well, you speak with such conviction. If you said to
Thank you.
walk off a cliff, I probably might. And definitely all the guards and everything would.
Thank you. That is the result of many, many years of training. But no, in all honesty, no. I don't know what this means. I don't know what tomorrow is going to look like or the day after that. I'm terrified.
Yeah, it's scary. But it's good to be scared with other people. So,
I agree.
great. Well, sorry I yelled at you and your not husband.
I'm gone again. Yeah, I think her alias face kind of drops at that a little bit. No, it's fine, honestly. I
Oh,
think
did that? I'm sorry.
it's fine. Still
Just
not really sure how I feel about that one. That's gonna be
Right.
complicated, but I'm
Are
I'm
you
just
like
not.
a lesbian or something? Because I know you're married to Lark, but it really just seems like you two get along really well, and it's fascinating. But what are you?
Chapel Roan is playing in my ears right now, guys.
Good luck, babe.
Yeah. If I'm being entirely honest, I mean, I'm kind of just like down for whatever, pretty much. It's not
Down for
really
whatever.
like
Okay.
I don't have a super strong. I guess I do have a preference towards the feminine. If I'm being entirely honest, Lark is my type. But we've also, I don't know. We figured out pretty quickly that there was something that wasn't clicking, and so we never really
I bet.
gave it a go.
Oh. Okay. Right. And it's not different in this life.
No, I don't believe that in this reality we had met before today.
Oh. Oh. I'm sorry. You two do seem like best friends, like me and Tavia.
You would Sorry, wait, we have to put a pin in that. You and Tavia?
Don't that it, I said that he was my best friend.
Oh. That's very sweet.
I don't hate the pirate
They-
guy.
Look, if I'm being entirely honest, neither do I. It's just
Okay.
it was kind of a lot to deal with
Right.
all at once, and then it was kind of
Yeah.
all dropped on me that like people are being stolen by the dreaming, and I was
Right.
like, well, I needed a little bit of like a focus for my frustration, and Lark was going through
Yes.
a lot, so there was the pirate
pirate
attached to them,
right
and
there.
it was
And he broke into your house, it's not
he also broke
cool.
into my house and got mud all over my carpet, and really scared the crap out of me
Yeah.
that night, if I'm being entirely honest. But
So that makes sense why you wouldn't be your best friend.
no,
Yeah.
I think it's perfectly fine to have a nice working relationship, and that's probably all that it will ever be. And oh my god, Luca, I'm not married to my husband anymore.
You're
What
not.
does any of this mean?
Means you're single. We should go to the club. That's what that means. Kidding. After we save the day.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I'm used to being enjoying myself, but it just is very odd. I don't know.
Yeah.
My hand feels naked. I don't like it.
Without your ring?
Yeah.
Well, we can get you a ring. We can find you a ring. I can tie a piece of grass around your hand. Here, hold on. She leans down and picks up like a long piece of grass and is like, okay, give me your hand.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There we go. And she ties it in like a little tiny miniature bow and puts it on Elia's ring finger.
Oh,
There, we can make Lark a matching one.
thank you, Luca.
You're welcome. You feel less naked?
I do.
Okay. Good.
As you guys are having this conversation and kind of making your way down the path, you have to pass a little bit of the Monarch estate to keep going towards the circle. And I think you hear sounds of partying and laughter is still kind of carrying on in the distant strains of violin music. And as you pass, I think what you guys notice more than anything is different is where before there were these gleaming banners of gold and brown and green. Now the banners are purple and blue and silver and have imagery of Starlight on them as Astra's own heraldry is hung up on the Monarch estate. But everyone still sounds like they're having a grand old time, and you can continue down that path to the Circle of Old Oaks. As you approach, you realize that the sounds of partying and laughter and joy and revelry are also coming from down the path, and you kind of enter into this area that is surrounded by houses that you've been to before, which one you notice is bigger. The circle has been expanded a little bit in this new reality. And you see all of the druids are like sort of sharing drinks and laughing, and there's food cooking. You see there is a huge bonfire at the center and a lot of like little candles and lanterns spread throughout. And I think, Luca, as you kind of like step into this area, one, just like generally, you both notice that the druids kind of in the immediate area kind of look at you and smile and greeting and like familiarity. But Luca, I think you just, as you step into this, in a very similar like way that Lark felt stepping into this house, you get this rush of like warmth and home and like belonging in a way that is like both unfamiliar to you and incredibly familiar to you. And I think you kind of, these memories are harder to sift through because there are places where your parents should be. But I think you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, not only that this version of you lives here, but also that you live in the home that you saw Venus in the Archdruidess house. And as the people turn to you, they like smile and grin. You can very easily pass through everything here. Like people will look at you and smile and like reach out and kind of like squeeze your arms and try to push drinks into your hand or food into your hand. As the people here know you and love you.
I think she like greets them like they are an old friend as she walks by.
Mhm.
And kind of as she's walking, it's not like she's actively like trying to go to the house, but I think she's just drawn naturally there as she's passing all of these people.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are so many faces that pass by and so many like disjointed flashes of memory that I think it's almost a little bit overwhelming, but you can make your way to the front door of what you know to be your house. And yeah, Alia, what is this like for you kind of walking through in this area?
Oh, this is so weird. I don't think Elliot spends a lot of time here in either of these realities. So I think it's very disorienting, and I think also very, very sad as she is just sitting here thinking back to like the revelry that's happening in the estate and in the ballroom, and like those two conflicting like memories of how the night has gone. I think they are very much like at war in her brain right now.
Absolutely. And I think because you guys kind of slowed down to talk a little bit and because the other group was rushing to catch up, Tavia, Lark, and Elias, you can sort of like make it to the beginning of, excuse me, the opening of this circle right as the two of you kind of reach the door. And you can like see them across like a short distance of the crowd. Was there anything the three of you wanted to do, any conversations you had or anything like that as you walked up in this direction?
I would love if we have a little bit of time to. I think Lark keeps kind of periodically checking their phone to see if like Camila's texted back.
Sure. You see that it's opened, and I think it's been like heart reacted, but there hasn't been an answer.
And I think with their phone open, they're kind of like that knot that's kind of been ever present in their stomach tightens a little bit, and they go back into their contact list and they start scrolling and looking for Rose's number.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a save, because you passed it the first time, so you are able to sort of like sift through these two different realities. It takes you a second, but eventually you are able to pull up Rose's contact, and it does that same like flickering where there is it there and the picture you expect to see, and it flickers and then it's not there or it's a number you don't recognize. But you are able to pull it up.
I think then for the first time in probably a few weeks, Lark clicks the dial button.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it definitely rings for a second because it's late at night. And I think to the point where there's almost a moment where you're like, is she gonna answer? And then there's like, it answers and you hear like the shuffle of like fabric and like a sort of muffled, disgruntled voice in the background. And then you hear a very, hello? Locke? Is that
Rose? Yes.
Hi. What's
Hi.
Is everything okay? Sorry, I'm a little bit half awake, but I'm awake. What? Are you okay? Is everything fine?
Okay. Hi. Okay.
And I think you hear Rose kind of like wakes up a little bit more and just yeah, I'm here.
Sure.
What's going on?
You're on Dorithium.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, in the state that I am, I'm not gonna fucking travel much.
Good. Stay there. Right there. Don't stay there.
Okay. What's going on? And I think you hear also like Tennant's disgruntled voice kind of in the background, and just a little like a soft conversation. Just
I think
what's going
without
on?
even meaning to, Lark's eyes dart over to Sophia and back again. Like, Jesus Christ.
Incredible. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. Let's.
Uh-huh.
I'm handling things. Things are being handled. It's okay. It's fine.
What are you handling?
Things
Is
that
this
need to be.
about the mice? By the way, that was very funny. By the way, Tennant was not happy about the mice. I'm rather fond of them, and I've put them to work in my garden. If you were wondering, it was a good bit though. Is this about the mice?
Yes, it's about the mice.
Make a
Yes.
deception check. And I'm gonna give you disadvantage because
That's so
how
fair.
stressed you were in the beginning
That's
of this.
fine. Deception?
Mhm.
That's an 11.
An 11. Yeah, I think there's a kind of a pause, and you just hear Rose go, "Locke, if something is going on, you can talk to me."
I know I can. I just can't. I'm in the middle of it. I promise I
In
will.
the middle of what?
Of the thing that I am handling.
Okay.
Stay,
And
please.
is that thing like a very large and awkward interaction with some visiting nobles from the Monarch estate who very dearly want to invite you to a public event, or is that thing sort of like the house burning to the ground, or can I sort of get like a comparison on how should I be concerned?
No. No. What? No.
You hesitated. What's going on?
I can't. I need to
Okay.
go. I just need you to stay there and be okay. And did you know that Nadette was here, right?
I do now.
Do you know if she's come back?
I think there's like you hear just a pause as like you hear Rose kind of turn to talk to Tennant again. I don't think there is any way for Nadette to have gotten back yet because it takes a little bit of travel. And I
Yeah.
think you hear Tennant's voice get a little bit louder in the background. It's just, no.
Okay.
Why?
No reason.
Locke.
Yeah.
What's
Please
going
do.
on? You're kind of scaring me, and I don't mean that as a complaint. I just,
Right. I really can't. There is no way I can tell you everything that has happened without,
Okay.
I don't have the time right now. But can you, both of you, please? I am doing my best. Do not come here. Do not. Just stay where you are, and I will do it. I just had to check that you were still.
I
Yeah.
wasn't planning on it.
Okay,
Do we
great.
need to be worried about Nadine, Locke? Do I need to worry about you? What's going on? You don't have to tell me all of it. I understand that it's a different world, and I'm not trying to pry. I'm very worried for you and now Nadette. And you don't have to tell me all of it, but can you just tell me enough? Because I may be incredibly pregnant, but if you need me to get on a ship and show up,
No,
and
no,
put me in
no,
a place,
no,
or
no,
send
no.
like an assassin
Okay,
or something. I
listen,
mean, really, I
listen,
think I'm
listen,
very well
there's some-
connected now.
Okay. There's some very big magic happening on Everglen right now. I need it to stay
Okay.
confined within Everglen, and I can't let it it can't touch you. Okay? I need you to
Uh-huh.
stay where you are so that it does not touch you. I am trying to figure it out.
Do I need to go somewhere else? Do I need to pick up
No.
family?
No. If that changes, I will let you know.
Do you need me to go get Lavender? Or have someone go get Lav?
I don't know. I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, I'll probably just do it anyway because I'm awake now and worried.
No,
quite a bit.
don't, because if she don't allow her to come here either.
Oh no, I don't think. And I think you hear Rose very quickly stop short the sentence. I don't think Lavender would come in any circumstance ever. That's not something I'm worried about.
Okay.
No, I'll. If anything, I'll just have her come here.
Okay. Fine.
What can I do?
Just
How
stay
can I
safe.
help? Okay. And sorry, just to circle back, because Tennant is very angrily mouthing something that I can't tell. Is Nadette okay? Has something happened to Nadette? Just generally speaking?
No,
Okay.
she should be fine.
Should be. Okay. I'll just...
Don't repeat that! He can hear you!
Yeah, I think from the other side of the phone, you hear
I
Tennant
think there
go,
are
"Should
loud
be."
expletives like now in the background. Okay,
I'm
I'm so
so sorry. I'm so sorry to ring
No,
you.
no,
I just
no, no,
really
no.
had to make sure.
No, you don't have to apologize. It's fine. You don't have to apologize to me. It's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. I'm
excellent.
gonna probably go call Nadette. You know, if you need to leave, you're welcome here. For what it's worth.
I know.
Father's not, obviously, but yeah, the rest of the family can come over.
I don't think
So-
I'm doing that. Okay, well, I have to go. I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's going to be fine.
I believe you. If you need anything, just need anything at all, really, you need to send over some food or an assassin, anywhere in between
No.
either of those two things.
Do
Really,
not send
you just
anyone to Everglen, please.
see. Okay, look, I love you very dearly, and I really don't want to be nosy, but you.
I
keep
love you
saying
so
that,
much.
and it's
Goodbye.
making me so- Look.
He hangs up and throws his phone at Elise.
At least make a dexterity check.
Yeah. Oh, not good. What does Elise add to Dex? That's a 12.
12. Here, I'll roll a little like that. 12. It kind of like bounces in your hand, and you see Tavia like goes to grab it as well. And just like an inch from the ground, just manages to grab it and just. It's fine. Got it.
I
Good.
I buggered that so badly.
No, it was good.
I
It sounded good. I think
But
it's fine.
you have more information now about.
Yes.
So that is good.
But I just
Gathering
think
information is good.
I think I'm gonna get assassinated. Fuck.
Okay.
Lark, if she's calling back, I'm assuming that's a no.
No. No,
Okay.
no.
Should I decline it or just let it ring?
No, I think you should answer it.
No.
That's a joke, right?
Yes. Unless
Okay.
you want to have a Never mind.
Okay.
We should go.
Silence, is it? Do you want this back? Should I hang
Yes.
on, or do you hand it back? I think there's like 3 text messages that have come through that are very clearly from Tennant. If you'd like to tell us what those say, you can, but you don't have to.
It's just death threats.
Oh, okay. Cool. I think they've been like edited around to be so like you can tell the places where like Tennant typed something and Rose went in and like very like frantically tried to edit it into less of a death threat. Yeah. And as you kind of arrive at the entrance to the Circle of Old Oaks, you see Aelia and Luca kind of off standing by what you know to be Venus's house.
Luca.
Bright red, sweating.
Hi.
Hello.
Why?
Great news. I don't think this is extending beyond Everglen right now.
Do you have to
That
poop?
is good news.
Bad news. I do think Nadette Grokon is still on the planet.
Your sister.
That
In
does make sense.
yes.
I'll shoot her a text. Can I try to... Oh my god, do I have Nadette's number? Fuck, I might not. I don't know.
Make me a what did I say? Wisdom or a Constitution saving throw?
Sure. Am I more wise or constituted?
You're aiming for a
Oh, fuck
15.
no. Alright. Oh, I think I'm probably more wise. Okay, that's a 19 on the die for a total.
You have that same experience as Lark, but you are able to get Nadette's contact up.
Yoink it. And shoot her a message that says, "Hey girl, shit hit the fan. What's up with you?"
Hey, girly.
Hey, girly. Yeah, okay, I guess this brings us to kind of like a really important question here. Nadette, you're kind of hanging outside of the estate. You watch as this sort of happens. You watch as like a couple of guards in the front, like you watch in real time as their armor like changes color and the heraldry changes. Some passerby become knights, some knights become regular like villagers. You don't really have any context for this, but you watch all of this happen, and then there's a pause, and you hear the sound of breaking glass, and you see a dragon taking off, and then the party resumes.
Oh, it's just out. Okay, it's just out. Great.
And you watch the heraldry on the castle, the estate change as well. What's your next step? You can give us kind of a broad overview on the next steps that Nadette takes. Is she hanging around? Are they heading back? What's the vibe?
Well, first I think is gonna get a vibe check of the party. Like, is this just something that happens on Everglen? Is everyone just being chill about it?
See, the thing is, everyone in this room is fine. So as far as you can tell, it's normal. I think if you like pop back in the estate, what you see is like kind of the back stained glass wall behind the throne has been shattered. You see Astra, who is now like wearing this luminous crown that is forged of what looks like constellations, and like crystal, sitting on the throne with a drink in hand, looking like exhausted but like relieved, and like speaking idly to I don't remember if you saw Wisteria before, but you see this like seems to be some sort of very important like knight or guard figure standing beside her, and they're having a conversation. She's holding a big scepter staff situation, and the rest of the party seems fine. You see like there's a couple people on the floor who look like very confused, and like some that are very decidedly out of place with like attire that is not for like a ball or event of this, and most of those people kind of blink and very confusedly leave. It's odd, but like after a couple minutes the party just resumes and everyone's like super happy and fine and normal.
Is the glass still broken from the dragon?
Yeah. And you also I guess you didn't see the dragon beforehand, but yeah, the whole back wall is blown out, but like nobody seems bothered by it.
Okay.
There's like a castle staff kind of sweeping up the glass.
I think Nanette's just gonna like set whatever drink she had down.
Yeah, real.
And I think, for lack of a better plan, and because Nadette's whole thing is the ability to just adapt and blend in with the crowd, is just gonna kind of go on like this was planned, but is kind of going like, so that dragon, wild, right? Does that happen every time? Like,
I think you ask this to one of the knights here, and you see she kind of like blinks at you and goes, "The dragon? What do you mean?" Oh, I think kind of looks down at the cup in her hand. Have you had a lot of those tonight?
Yes.
No judgments.
Apparently,
That'll do it.
I have had too much.
Right.
The wall though, you remodeling?
Oh. I thought it must have. And I think you see this person kind of blinks, and then doesn't seem to come to any kind of conclusion, and then just. Did you need help back to your residence, or is there anything I can do for you?
Who's that? Just pointing to the throne.
That is our queen.
Queen.
Yes.
Queen.
Queen Astra of Starlight Reverie, protector of the Seven, Archfey of Everglen.
Yeah, no. Great.
Are you certain you're all right?
Nadette's just gonna walk away.
Goodbye.
I think Nadette's just gonna kind of wander the estate until Alien attacks.
Incredible energy. Yeah, Farah watches you very confused and then continues to the party. What does the text from Alia say?
It's truly just like, hey girl, shit hit the fan. You okay?
You get a call back immediately.
Nadette?
What the actual fuck?
You still remember. You remember everything, right?
I remember you were in the
Big
room,
fuck off
and then a
dragon.
dragon threw out a door, and then everyone was gone.
Thank God it's not everyone. Everyone hasn't all lost their minds. Okay, well, it's a little bit complicated.
It's the queen.
So, yes. Nadette, can you keep a secret?
Who the fuck
Lock
do
the
Rose,
You're
no!
talking
Nadette, I'm going to tell you something because you're here and you're on this planet and you deserve to know what the fuck is going on, but also I am putting you on a media embargo with your family until this is resolved if I'm going to talk to you about this.
Okay.
How bad do you want to know?
Nadette, you can feel your holotransmitter buzzing as like text begin to stream
Look.
through. Several of them are from Rose. Several of them have very clearly not been written by Rose. And then once those kind of stop, there's like a 2-minute gap, and ones from Tennant's phone start coming through.
Rose and Tennant are texting me so much, so you need to tell me what I'm going to tell them, but clearly I don't know what is happening, so
There was
I'm in your playbook. You brought me
so
here.
it's technically not a lie because there was an uninvited guest party crasher at the event. Is there somebody different on the throne? Are you there? Can you see
Rose's
what's happening?
fucking mother.
Oh, well, that was the thing I was worried about you knowing. Okay, yeah, you can't tell her right now. For the immediate, I think that she probably
To
would
be the
induce
one
labor.
to tell Rose that. Are you kidding me?
Okay, good.
Not
I'm
come
just
from
checking.
me.
I don't know. But okay, yeah, so that is the situation. She has used an incredibly powerful artifact to entirely rewrite reality and make her queen, and yeah, it's just that it's a goddamn bitch of a situation, and I'm so sorry we didn't tell you sooner. But to be fair, I didn't think it was gonna happen tonight.
Aglia, I'm gonna be so real. This is not the first time I've encountered an artifact that kind of rewrote reality. So
Oh,
it's you just
all right.
I'm gonna tell Rose and Tennant that everything's fine. That
Okay.
Lark is just freaking out about Noble being weird. And if you need something, you text me and I'm just gonna kind of hang
Perfect.
around.
Yes, perfect.
And if you need backup, you
can
let me
hear,
know.
if you can hear anything about, and like I think pulls out like a little like fucking notepad from her back pocket where she has been furiously taking notes any spare chance she gets. If you hear anything about the whereabouts of the king, the archdruidess, or that Canterbury fuck, then you just text me or call me or let me know because
You need to text me those
Got
names.
it.
I'm not gonna remember.
I will.
all those
Okay, all
different
right.
names.
I'm
Thank you.
writing them down. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Again, so sorry I dragged you into this. I think that you're probably safe. I don't think that you're really on her radar. And honestly, we're all still safe and in one piece, so I think it's fine.
All right, I'll get a room at an inn, I guess, and just if you need me, I'll be here.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. And after all of this is over, at some point we're gonna have brunch, and I'm gonna just because honestly, it has been a lot.
Yeah, we'll
But
make
we
a day
should
of
catch
it.
up.
You need it.
I was looking forward to
Clearly.
doing it tonight, and then a world exploded. But
It does happen that way sometimes.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you again.
Yes.
You're wonderful. Please stay safe.
Okay. Love you.
All right. Love you.
Tell Lark to take a deep breath, probably. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
then-
fine.
Gonna quickly
Lark
text
is
Rose and
purple.
Tennant. Everything's fine.
Yeah. She says to breathe.
What?
Take a deep breath. Lark, you're not breathing.
Okay, fine.
She's fine. She's going to go and hang out, spy a bit. And she's
Okay.
not, and she's keeping tonight's events to herself for now.
Okay, great. Okay. Oh gosh. Thanks, Luca. I'm so sorry. That turned into a whole thing. We should go.
Yeah, y'all got a lot of weird family shit going on, so do I. So I'm gonna look around and make sure Venus isn't fucking dead. Okay?
Yes, we should do that.
How loud do you say that, Luca?
Not too loud.
Okay. I won't make you roll for it. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, looking around, none of you see Venus in attendance here. And
I
you get
think-
the sense that most of the circle is here.
Luca's going to the house and like turning over like every cup, like just
Yeah, you go in the
Going
house and
through
it
it.
does not look the way that it looked when you were here before because it's no longer Venus's house. You see like a home that you recognize as your own in some like foreign part of yourself that is the other you. And I think what you find as you begin turning over is you find a small letter on like the kitchen counter that has the royal seal in it in vibrant purple. And it's addressed to you. It says Luca on the front.
oh shit. She picks it up and like hesitates for a moment before reading it.
Yeah, it's very short. It's in a handwriting that you don't recognize. And it just says, Luca, I can't bring them home now, but I will. And you'll all live here happily. I swear this to you. And it's just signed A.
I think she like folds it up and puts it in her pocket.
Yeah.
But there's no sign of Venus anywhere or anything.
No,
In the
this
house?
isn't her house anymore.
Does anyone catch sight of that letter?
If you guys had followed Luca into the house, absolutely. Unless, Luca, are you trying to hide that you have this letter?
I
as
think
your
she
purpose?
is trying to hide it. Should I
Go ahead and
roll
make
something?
me, I'm gonna say make me a stealth or a sleight of hand check, and we'll do it
Okay.
against everyone's passive perceptions.
Slay.
That's an 8. I don't know how you are getting these nat 20s.
On the die or 8 total.
Total is an 8.
So everybody sees Luca do this.
Slay.
Sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna give Luca one of my DM inspirations. You can go reroll.
Oh yeah.
that.
Oh, okay.
I also think Alia is not paying attention. I think she's doing
Sure.
other shit. So
That's an 11.
11, I think you get the sense that, like, people would catch it, and I think just as, like, before, like, heads begin to turn, I think Tavia makes, like, significant eye contact with you and just kind of positions their body to stand in front of where the letter is and just kind of, it doesn't look like they live here anymore, right? This is, like, so weird and different than it was. As
not
Tavia has
weird.
clocked this, but, like, essentially stepped in to prevent anyone else from saying this.
That's my best friend. Best friend advantage.
Best friends.
Yeah, I think I live here. I
Oh.
think-
What?
I think I live here. I think Georgie lives here. And Margot.
Well, your mother would still be the Archdruidess here, right?
I don't know. I can't, if I try to think about it too hard, my head starts pounding like a drum. So. Venus told me that if I did get the note, then she's lost, so I don't know if it's like...
Do we want to try going to that, the circle with the big trees?
That is
And I think, like, here, Tavia, like, looks to you, Lark, in an unspoken, where we went the other day, but then doesn't say it out loud because they don't want to out you in this moment. Just, you know, the one that where you guys, we saw the dreaming. That one. Dreamer. I get it mixed up.
I think so. I think
Okay.
that was the last place that anyone saw.
I think we should be discreet.
Respectfully, I don't know who would be looking for us. Here.
Well, I know I draw a lot of attention because I'm so handsome, so I'll tone it down for you. Just this
Yeah,
one.
put those guns away.
Yeah, all right. Puts his jacket on.
We don't know what eyes Astra has anywhere, and I'm sure, given the amount of effort she put into putting this into place, if she gets a sense that we are trying to undo her work or interfere, she will step in.
Do we
I
want to
agree. I
walk
think
through
we've
the
lost
woods?
the whole field.
I want to walk. I want to go. Yeah.
Do you want to cut through the woods though? And I again kind of tries to catch himself and
Yes.
talk.
Stay off the path.
I think that
Yeah.
he could probably circle around a little bit.
Yeah, sure, I don't care. Whatever way.
Kind of like gives you a little look. Okay. Well, everybody kind of saw us walk in here, so and I think Tavia like walks over to a window, slides it open, and then makes a very dramatic.
This is the only way you know how to enter or exit a
Well, no, but if you don't want to draw attention, I mean, points at Luca. Everyone here seems to like her. I think if we walk that way, everyone's going to see.
I'm very
Go
likable.
this way. It's true. You're my best friend. Yeah. We can, if we kind of duck through here.
What gives to be a double take? Or like, you're what now?
I think Tavia doesn't even catch it at this point. If we go through back here, everyone will just assume we're hanging out in here.
So, yes,
What's worth?
In that case, I can buy us a little time in case someone does come to call. And Elise is gonna cast Major Image so that, like, the silhouette of people pass in front of the window for the next 10 minutes.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Mhm.
Sick. Right, so window or no window?
Luca like sort of like fly hops through the window with her little wings.
Yeah, absolutely. Tavia will kind of like where needed, like because it's like a slide open half window. It's not like a big, so it'll kind of like help you fold yourself through the window and out. And anyone who goes out, is everyone going out the window?
Yeah, I think Locke like kind of scrambles out the window himself very ungracefully, and I think kind of like trots to kind of like catch up to Luca, and tries to like catch up and like kind of like half like jog beside her as she's like striding ahead.
Yeah,
Luca,
absolutely.
What? What?
Luca, I'm sorry
For what?
for all of it. I know this is not. This is. I know it's a lot, and
It's not your fault. It's just what it is.
it is, but it's. I'm going to fix it. We will get. Just. I know I don't. Maybe don't deserve it right now. Just trust me for now, okay? I'm
Look, I never stopped trusting you.
okay.
We're friends, right?
I hope so.
We are. I didn't ever stop. It's not you, it's just everything. So you don't have to fix it by yourself. We're gonna fix it like as a group because we've been doing things as a group.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Are you okay?
No.
Okay. Me neither.
Okay.
I just want to figure it out.
Me too.
Okay. Are you cold?
Yes.
Well, we're gonna try to warm you up and get it all done correctly.
All right.
Okay. I don't mean to walk fast. I'm just.
You've got very nimble legs.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the wings too. If I have a certain like beat to them, I can walk
Yes. No,
fast.
it's quite impressive.
Thank you.
All of you can make your way into this sort of ritual circle, in the actual physical circle of old oaks. The path is easy enough to follow even where it isn't a path, because you can see in the distance this sort of glowing firelight from that area. And the closer you get, the more you realize it's not on fire, Diana, don't worry. It is from like 50 lit candles, some of which are already extinguished, some of which are beginning to flicker out in their own pool of molten wax. There is this like carved out pathway to the ritual circle on this holiday in the Druid Grove. And as you all approach, you don't see anybody walking the path. You don't see anybody at the altar necessarily. Are you all stepping into the circle? Amazing. I think the first thing, I guess my question is, what is everybody looking to first? This circle appears, at a glance, unchanged, but there are new additions here and there. What specifically are we looking for here?
What are the new additions?
Yeah, as you kind of look around, I think you note two things primarily. One, you note the tree that was once labeled as Astra is no longer labeled as Astra and is a different tree entirely with really kind of dark wood and these sort of like dripping light blue flowers. Almost kind of like it's not wisteria, but like almost in the way that wisteria hangs. It's these like vibrant blue flowers that I don't think any of you have really seen anything like it before. Um, and it's hard to tell from the angle you're at. You'd have to get a little bit closer. You see kind of propped up against it what almost looks like a frame for some kind of portrait or like painting, kind of propped up. There is something inside it. You just can't make out the image from here. And you see, and on all of the trees, I think you see there are a lot more like flowers and offerings and memorial things here, as these trees are much more well loved in this new reality. And the other thing that I think is different, you can see like the traces of rituals that have been performed here. You see there is like signs of burnt offerings in the bowl on the altar, and the faintest smell of lavender still kind of hangs in the air. So you see there was a ritual performed here, and Astra's tree has changed.
I think Lark's eyes automatically go to like the kind of altar. I think like they're almost hoping to see Ambrose like knelt at it again. And I think that's kind of where their gaze falls first.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can see like imprints in the dirt where somebody was knelt here, but there is no sign of your father. Some kind of ritual happened here, you are certain, but it's a far cry from the moment you shared with him the other day.
Can I make any kind of like arcana check to indicate what kind of ritual took place?
Absolutely, you can.
Oh, nope.
Can I also make one? I think Luca's
Absolutely,
looking for
yeah.
what Venus did because she said she was going there.
Yeah.
I will give you advantage because Venus wrote that note to you with sort of some like indication of what was going on and what her mindset was.
It was just a 9.
A 9, okay.
I think he's just too focused on the...
Fair, yeah.
Yeah.
A 15 is the highest I've rolled all session.
With a 9, I think you kind of like pick up the notes that like a ritual was here, but I think because you have only really done this once with your father, it's hard to like sift through the different things that it could be. And I think with all of these new memories in your mind, it's almost difficult with the emotion of this moment to focus on one thing other than what feels like the missing piece of your father that was here in a moment in time that is caught in your memory. Luca, we'll say that's you said 15 or 16. I think that's enough. I think because you are a druid and because you have all these memories now of like fractured as they may be of training with this circle, of like harnessing your powers as a druid in this circle. I think what you recognize and you kind of catch in the dirt what like Lark and the others don't, which is like what the leftover of what was once like patterns and lines traced in the dirt with sort of like very faint silver purple shimmer like left in them, almost the way that it looked in the tree when that portal opened. You see like the faintest trace of that in the dirt, though people coming and paying their respects has like cut through it. And with that roll, I think what you recognize is something very similar to the spell Contact Other Plane, which allows people to reach out to a very, very powerful entity on another plane of existence and communicate it, but it is a very, very dangerous spell. And I think the fact that you can find the traces in the dirt that's left tells you that Venus did not have a chance to erase what she left behind for whatever reason.
Is the spell still like open?
No.
Okay.
You guess it's been about 24 hours since this spell was performed.
Got it. Okay.
Somebody started a sentence, but I couldn't tell if it was Diana or Mara.
Mara, I think we both have our hands up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this old lady knows tea and was gonna see how long ago this tea was poured, but you just said 24 hours. So
Yeah. You see, there is some that is more recent as people have come and like paid their respects and stuff, but the bulk of it was about 24 hours ago. Diana.
I think that starting to put pieces together and remind me, Mara, Elise told us the name Cordelia, right? I think.
Yes.
Okay. I think that seeing all of these trees, seeing that some of them change, there's more decoration around some of them. I think that Alia starts to circle through these trees and is looking for the name Cordelia and any other
Mhm.
names that she would not have recognized from,
Sure.
like, she's got that inkling of, like, maybe other names have also been erased, but they restored in this new reality.
Sure. So as you kind of start making your way around the circle, I think you see some of the names are the same. Some of them are still lost to time, kind of in the way that they were originally. I think
Sure.
you know there are a couple here that you don't necessarily like recognize, but you recognize as new. And I think beyond that, I don't think these names mean anything to you, but you do note that they are new and
Right.
like different. And I think sort of in the vicinity of those, there is the faint smell of lavender that is left with them. And I think you can very easily get the sense these are people who went to the dreaming and will never come back. But as you circle through, you make your way to the tree that used to be Astra's and this new one, searching for the name Cordelia. And as you sort of approach it and get closer, you catch a glimpse of the woman in the frame who has this like blue skin that is interwoven with like pieces of seaweed, and a dress that is very, very familiar as Elise is wearing it. But more than that, you know this person. And a memory floats to the top of your mind of experiences that other love watching a cat tail just of the experiences of other Alia. And this memory comes to you, fractured as it may be, of somebody sitting in a special box for royalty in the stands of Coromyria, smiling and clapping for you as you won next to their love. And in this moment, you absolutely, and you remember that person, the Silver Gauntlet of Coromyria, whose name is Cordelia. And you look at that face in that portrait and you know they are the same person. Somehow.
What the fuck? Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I'm writing all this down like I'm not gonna later.
Like you're not
Fine.
gonna what later? Your
Like
microphone.
I'm not gonna go back and watch all this so I can fill out my notes.
Sure. Hi, future Diana.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you said she was like the Silver Gauntlet of Coromyria. What is that? I
Yes.
do not remember.
So in
What does that mean?
Coromyria, there are two leaders essentially who act as like not monarchs in the like descendant sense, but like as the leaders. There's the Silver Gauntlet who oversees the Silver City, and the Golden Gauntlet who oversees the Golden City. And the Golden City is all about like, and the Golden Gauntlet is all about like warriors and strength to honor Gavaudan in that way. And the Silver is more about like academics and cleric and like that kind of magic. And they are together leaders of Coromyria in that way. And the Mirian Games is so eventful in Coromyria because it is when the silver and golden sides of the landlocked planet, the tide-locked planet, come together for this event. And I think, would you make me a history check actually very, very quickly?
I would. God. History. You always have to check before you roll because that could change the roll. You never know.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, that's good. That's a 23.
23. I think you remember very vaguely, as you know, someone who is in nobility, and I imagine to an extent, like, go to a new place and you just sort of like become vaguely interested in the way the government works there. And I think you remember hearing somebody talk very like flippantly and off the cuff and casually about the fact that the Silver Gauntlet just sort of appeared one day and then like, you know, lived in Coromyria for a while and then like challenged for the gauntlet the way that that's how the gauntlets are sort of changed. But that like when Cordelia first appeared, nobody really knew where she'd come from, and she didn't really seem to know where they'd come from, but they just sort of like built a life here and were like, well, I feel like I should lead the people, so I'm going to lead the people. And was the only gauntlet in history to ever be unanimously voted yes and elected after passing their trials, and has been ruling very happily for several decades with their love at their side and a child. But nobody really knows like where they came from, realistically.
She got out.
She fucking got out!
And as all of you are kind of here examining the individual things that you're looking at, I think there's a moment where Tavia, who has sort of just been like standing in the circle, knows that they're useless here. He's like kind of scanning through the trees and the shadows. And there's just a moment, you're not really making any noise, but there's a moment where they just kind of go to try to catch your attention and like fixed on something. And all of you hear a twig snap, not very far off from where you are. And a second later, unless anyone is doing anything.
Elise, hearing a twig snap, is immediately going to cast heroism on Luca, just like grab Luca's shoulder so Luca cannot be frightened, and gains 3 temp HP.
Cute. Luca, you feel like that rush of adrenaline of like, hook everything, I can do this, I'm gonna crush it. And I fled through, yeah. Very quick call, is anyone else doing anything? Okay.
Just got my hand on my sword.
Slay. You see Tavia kind of take like 2 steps back behind a tree and essentially like try to stealth, basically. And just seconds later, you see a figure kind of step into the circle from the shadows that all of you recognize as Maristella, the heir to the Selkie court. And as she kind of steps in and looks like there is a stoicness there, but there is also like a kind of haggard, slightly distressed expression. And you see they sort of step in and see all of you, and like eyes, razor focused, fall to you, Lark, and to you, Aelia. And she inclines her head and says, Your Highness, I am so relieved to know you are okay. And that's where we're going to end today. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks for the next episode of Tales from the Archives Reverie. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to come back, tune back in a week from today for the finale of Divinians. And until we see you again, sweet dreams. Bye-bye.